Live from Spillane Field here in Wareham, Massachusetts. This is the Gateway to the Game pregame show. Austin Pollock, glad to be back. Mike Monaco to my left as always. Another beautiful night here at Spillane Field in Wareham. It's a Friday night. Wareham in those Friday red home jerseys as they'll be taking on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks for the 6th and final time here at Spillane Field. Wareham with a win tonight, they will tie the season series with the Harbor Hawks. And welcome Mike Monaco. Mike, you were there yesterday at Stony Brook Field in Brewster. 8-1 win for the Gatemen. Andre Tutora pitched very well. What do you got to say about him?
Yeah, it was a terrific way for him to come out in his final start of the summer. He said, you know, that's what I want to do. Going into it, that's what he said, and he executed. He had all 3 pitches working for him. That was a big plus for him. He had one stretch where he set down 9 in a row. He had 6 strikeouts. He scattered the 7 hits that he gave up, and he just looked really, really good. One of his best outings of the summer.
Yeah, he was a little shaky at the beginning of July and toward the middle of July, but he's picked it up since, and he and Tucker Simpson continue just to be the 2 most consistent and reliable starters for this team. Now let's go through the lineup. It was a little bit of a rough day for Cole Sturgeon, 0 for 6 and 3 strikeouts. I mean, I actually talked with Cooper Ferris before the game. You and I talk about here at home how Terry Thompson sometimes takes out his phone, either takes a photo or records a video of Cole Sturgeon during his at-bats. I asked Cooper Ferris about that. He said he's trying to later show Cole Sturgeon that there's something with his swing, the way he's going into his swing, and they're going to try to adjust that. But let's talk about the middle of the order. You talk about Trevor Podratz, 3 for 4, a double, scored 2 runs. I talked to him before the game. He said he's really feeling good, and he didn't really make any adjustments from that slump he had just a few weeks ago. It's kind of just come to him, and he's picked it up on his own.
Yeah, well, he had been hitting the ball well, I think. During that stretch, he didn't have the hits to show for it, and that's when it comes down to, can a guy still buy into what he's doing as long as the process is okay? Maybe the results aren't there, but if you can appreciate the process and stick to that process, even when the results aren't there, I think that's when you will see guys just break out of it on their own when they don't have to really make any changes, and that's what happened to Podratz.
Yeah, when we talk about the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, that's Podratz, Stancil, and Danny Rosenbaum. You talk about 9 for 14. Cole Stancil, he batted 5th yesterday, 3 for 5, and Danny Rosenbaum also 3 for 5, but he had a home run and 2 RBIs. I mean, we don't see Stancil in the lineup tonight. I thought maybe he should have been in there as a designated hitter or any part of the outfield just because he's hitting the ball really well, but I think Cooper Ferris knows the lineup and this team a little bit more than we do. But what do you have to say about these guys? I mean, they really hit the stuffing out of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, those guys, but I mean, the main point is that the offense as a whole tied a season high with 19 hits. 8 of the 9 guys had hits yesterday, and 7 of those 8 had multiple hits. It was just an all-around effort, and yeah, we can focus on guys like Danny Rosenbaum and Cole Stancil, guys that haven't been everyday guys, but wow, they stepped up yesterday in a big way. The big hits just kept coming for the Gatemen. They were just really squaring everything up. It was interesting. I was talking to the Brewster broadcasters after the game, and they were saying, you know, their starting pitcher for the Whitecaps, Matt Pirro, sometimes he struggles with walks, but Wareham didn't even really draw many walks yesterday. It was just they were hitting everything that was being pitched.
This is the second time that Wareham has been able to actually hit anything that has come from Matt Pirro. I mean, he struggled against Wareham. But now let's talk a little bit about the last time these 2 teams, Hyannis and Wareham, faced off here at Spillane Field. A 3-0 win for the Gatemen behind a very impressive start from Sean Newcomb. 7 innings, no earned runs, 4 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. I mean, his last start wasn't quite the same, but, I mean, we talk about Hyannis and how they're up in that number 1 or 2 spot in this division, but to me, I think it's been more about luck to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, Hyannis is a great team. We're 42 games. This is the 42nd game of the summer, and Hyannis is tied for first place in the Western Division. So, I mean, at some point, you kind of do have to say, all right, well, whatever, they're still getting the results, they're still producing. But, yeah, there's definitely something to that. In 5 matchups between these teams this summer, Wareham has actually outscored Hyannis 25-24, but the Harbor Hawks are 3-2 in the season series. Wareham trying to even it up tonight, but against Hyannis, Wareham, they're hitting .289. They've scored 25 runs, like we said in those games. I mean, that's a good average for them, a team that has struggled to score runs the whole season. They've played well against Hyannis, so yeah, maybe there's something to that, you know, Hyannis has just found a way to win games. We know that they've had a ton of close games. 27 games this summer decided by 3 runs or fewer. That's the highest amount of games in all of the league. They've done a good job in those games, though, and they found a way to get big wins.
Yeah, there you go. It might just be a matter of luck, or you're in the right place at the right time. Not to take anything away from what Hyannis has done, but I mean, they're hitters. I mean, you look at the batting averages. You got a guy who's hitting 236, 255, 225, 245. Nobody really in the 300s. Skylar Ewing, he was an all-star. His batting average has actually dropped since the all-star game. He's now hitting 291. Was around the 310, 320, 330 mark really all season long. But a slump for him. And I talked with manager Chad Gassman before the game. He said there was kind of maybe an injury there or something like that. So there's many different things to factor in right there. But now let's talk about tonight's starting pitcher for the Gatemen, Fred Shepard. I mean, I know I'm certainly excited to watch him pitch against Chatham. He got pretty roughed up, but I mean, he's faced Hyannis before. We've seen different parts of the season. He can be very dominant, and then other parts he can really just not be that star pitcher. But we caught up with him before tonight's game. Let's hear what the left-hander from Amherst had to say. Pitcher Fred Shepard joins us on Gateway to the Game. Fred, you're another start tonight. This Hyannis team, Wareham, the pitching staff has kind of really had its number against the Hyannis bats. What do you have to do tonight to give your team the best chance to win?
Just go out there and be confident in all my pitches, and have confidence that I get the batters out, and that the team will do their job behind me, which they've done all year, and we can just continue this this hit parade we've been having the last ever since Schwarber came, and just keep building on what we've been doing and get a win tonight.
Arguably the best we've seen you this summer was 2 starts ago against Falmouth, 7 shutout innings against that lineup. What do you need to do, or what have you been working on to get back to being that same pitcher?
Well, like I said, it all comes down to confidence. If you can go out there and just have confidence in all 4 pitches. I'm a 4-pitch guy, so just being able to throw all my pitches for strikes and keeping the hitters off balance with the off speed, and then just pound the zone the fastballs early, and allowing the hitters to get themselves out, because we got a good defense behind us, and as we've seen last game, our bats can come alive real quick.
You know anything about any of these players in this lineup? I mean, anything that would give you an advantage of maybe what pitches you might want to throw, speeds, to any of the certain hitters?
I pitched against Hyannis, let's see, my second start. We were mainly fastball, curveball there, just keeping hitters off balance. I didn't have a lot of lefties in the lineup, so the backdoor slider and the curveball weren't the out pitches per se. That outing, I assume they'll go with a righty dominant lineup again, and just keep building off the fastball changeup combination that's been working.
All right, Fred, thank you very much, and good luck tonight.
Thanks, Fred.
Fred Shepard joining us on the Gateway to the Game.
Thank you. Please remain standing for tonight's national anthem. Tonight's musicians belong to this year's Music from Land's End, a local festival created by Wareham summer resident, violinist Ariadne Daskalakis. The festival's final chamber music concert, including works by Bach, Vivaldi, and Mendelssohn, takes place this Sunday, August 4th, at the Church of the Good Shepherd at 5 p.m. The group is comprised of the following musicians. From Australia, guitar player Simon Martin Ellis. From the Ukraine, violinists Mila and Maria Krasniak. From Germany, cellist Sebastian Hess and violist Sebastian Gotschik. From the United States, violist Karina Schmitz, cellist Paige Riggs, and violinist Andrea Chang. Tonight you will hear the music from Land's End musicians perform a special jazz-inspired rendition of the national anthem written by the ensemble's Sebastian Gotschik. Tonight we have 2 ceremonial first pitches. Thank you for all of the families that participated in the raffle for the first pitch and play ball shout. The friends of the Wareham Library, the children selected are Brady Reardon, Emily Reardon, Aaron, Laura Gay, and Sophia Gay. Brady Reardon will throw out the first pitch. Next, representing the Bristol County Bar Association, a longtime sponsor of the Gatemen, Hunter Field, son of Judge Catherine Field. When you're ready, Hunter, let's see a pitch. The Friends of the Wareham Free Library will be auctioning off a signed bat and ball from the championship Wareham Gatemen team. A real collector's item. Minimum bid for the bat is $1. We also have the other items to raffle, like driftwood fish and great graphics t-shirts. Raffle tickets are 1 for $2 and 3 for $5. Correction, the minimum bid for the bat is $100. Here tonight to say those 2 famous words we've all been waiting to hear, we have Brady Reardon, Emily Reardon, Aaron, Laura Gay, and Sophia Gay.
Now 2009, fire off. First pitch from Van Boston, left down to right center field. That one high, deep.
But then he left after just getting hit hard by the Anglers. 7 runs allowed. And then you talk about the start before that. It was against Falmouth on that Monday, July 15th, and boy, did he look good. 7 shutout innings against that Commodores lineup, which has big bats. It has leadoff guys. It has everything. They're leading the league in runs. So which Fred Shepard do we see tonight? Do we see something in between, like what we saw when Fred pitched against Hyannis at the beginning of the summer when he had that rough first inning? But after that, 7 innings, 4 runs, 2 earned. I mean, you could go a whole lot of different ways. So I think for him, it does come down to confidence, and is he controlling all 4 pitches and keeping them down in the zone?
We'll have to wait and see as the Wareham Gatemen do take the field here at Spillane Field for the second to last time here at the 2013 Cape Cod Baseball League season. We had a little bit of a shortened pregame show, but Mike, now let's talk about the 2 players you're looking forward to watch, one for Wareham and one for Hyannis.
Well, for Wareham, I think I really would like to see what Ethan Gross can continue to do, because his bat has just taken off really since the All-Star break. It's been fun to watch. The defense is always there. So what will we see offensively from him? Can he continue to bring the hot bat to the plate? And then on the other side, I want to see what Chase Griffin can do in the Hyannis lineup. Just going off the path a little bit with him, because he's a guy that doesn't have a whole lot of playing experience under his belt this summer, but he's a big bat. Watching him in batting practice, a ton of raw power. He homered here back on June 17th, so I'm excited to see Griffin in the lineup.
Well, yeah, I think for me it's Fred Shepard for me. I want to see what Fred Shepard we do get tonight. Will we get a strong and really strike out Fred Shepard, or we get a guy who's gonna struggle and have a short leash? I don't know what we'll see, but that's what I'm looking to see, especially from the left-hander from Amherst. And I think for Hyannis, for me, I'm going to go with Peter Fairbanks. He's the starting pitcher from Missouri. He's on the mound for the Harbor Hawks tonight. I want to see what he can do. We don't know too much about him. I talked with Chad Gaspin, the manager for the Harbor Hawks, before the game. He said he's a big pitcher, but it won't really throw too hard. Just about 87 to 91. Nothing really amazing like we'd see maybe from like a Sean Newcomb, where he hits up to 95, 96. But a tall pitcher Indeed, is Peter Fairbanks. 6'6", 218, the right-hander from Missouri. No record, 1 appearance, 2 innings, no earned runs, no hits, 1 strikeout. And let's get you the Hyannis Harbor Hawks starting lineup.
Steve Wilkerson leads it off. He's at second base. In the 2-hole, the right fielder from Arkansas, it's Tyler Spoon. Batting third, Skylar Ewing, the first baseman from Rice. He was an all-star and won the home run derby. Austin Slater bats cleanup, plays third base. Brian Anderson in left field batting fifth. Ryan Padilla, the DH, batting sixth. 7-8-9, Chase Griffin, he's behind the plate. Dominic Jose, the center fielder, and the shortstop, Jay Baum, bats ninth.
Just about ready to go here at Spillane Field. Beautiful night, not a cloud in the sky. As Steve Wilkerson, the second baseman from Clemson, stands in. First pitch from Shepard is in there, a called strike.
From Shepard, we'll see a fastball, slider, curveball, and a changeup. And Wilkerson, switch hitter, batting right-handed.
Shepard works quickly. 0-1, breaking ball on the inside part of the plate for strike 2, 0-2. Last night against Falmouth, Wilkerson 1 for 4, hitting .245 on the season.
Wilkerson just hitting .186 against left-handers.
0-2 from Shepard. To second, Brett Pirtle has it and throws to first for out number 1.
Good start for Fred Shepard. Obviously, you get the out, but he was locating all of his pitches nicely there. It was only a limited sample size, of course, but keeping things low in the zone, that's what we said was going to be the key for him. And if he can continue that, we'll see the better Fred Shepard most likely.
Here is Tyler Spoon, the right fielder from Arkansas. First pitch, swing, fouls it back. Count will be 0-1. Spoon yesterday against Falmouth, 1 for 4. Enters tonight's game hitting .255. Teammate of Willie Schwank, who's at third base. Gets the defensive line for just a second. 0-1 pitch is a called strike. It'll be Willie Schwank at third base, Ethan Gross at shortstop, Brett Pirtle at second, Trevor Podratz at first. Here comes the 0-2 from Shepard. Swung on and missed, strike 3. First strikeout for Fred Shepard. That's out number 2 of the inning.
Outstanding curveball there from Shepard. Just dropped straight through the zone, and Spoon swings right through it. That's a terrific pitch by the left-hander.
I'll bring up Skylar Ewing, first baseman from Rice. He was an all-star, and Mike, as you said earlier, won the home run derby. 0 for 4 against Falmouth yesterday, hitting .291. First pitch from Shepard is way outside, 1-0. Rest of the defensive lineup, Adam Toth will be in left field, Cole Sturgeon in center, Sean McMullen back in there, he's in right, and Kyle Schwarber doing the catching for Shepard. 1-0 is too far inside, 2-0.
Well, these are big games for Hyannis, these last few, because right now they're tied for first with Falmouth. Each team has 48 points. Wareham already out of it, but they can play spoiler against these last 3 teams.
2-0, and that fools Ewing. 2-1.
I mean, you talk about Wareham going up tonight against Hyannis, and then they have 2 more games coming up against Bourne tomorrow and on Sunday. Bourne is only 6 points back of Katuitt.
2-1. Little high, 3-1. Two out. Steve Wilkerson let it off. He grounded out to Brett Pirtle at second base. It's a called strike 2. Count will run full, 3-2. Fred Shepard, just a reminder, he works very quickly, the left-hander from Amherst. 3-2. Breaking ball is a little low, and that'll be ball 4.
Well, that was interesting. You had Shepard walking to the dugout thinking he had a strikeout, and you had Ewing, who already threw his bat and was running down toward first. Both guys thought that they were going to get the result they wanted. It was only Ewing who got what he wanted and trots down to first. I think it was just a little bit up when it crossed the plate.
Here is Austin Slater, the third baseman from Stamford. First pitch is low, 1-0. Slater hitting at .279.
And a tough go of it the last time he played, which was all the way back on Tuesday against Harwich, 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts in that ball game.
Ewing on first, 1-0. That one's to third. Willie Schwanke, double clutch, throws to first for out number 3. Hyannis gets nothing, no score. We head for the bottom of the first on WCTV and the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. In the top of the first against Fred Shepard. But Peter Fairbanks, the right-hander from Missouri, takes the mound for the Harbor Hawks. He will face Cole Sturgeon, Brett Pirtle, and Kyle Schwarber. 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom of the first.
There's not a whole lot known about Fairbanks. One appearance this summer. He was recently signed because Hyannis has lost so many pitchers. Didn't pitch much in his freshman season at Missouri.
First pitch, swinging into right field, a leadoff single for Cole Sturgeon.
That's big for Cole Sturgeon. He had been scuffling 1 for his last 15 entering tonight, and he wastes no time, takes the first pitch he sees into right field.
Entered tonight with a .214 batting average, the lowest it's been since July 5th at Chatham, and then he went 3 for 5 in that game. Here's Brett Pirtle. First pitch is a called strike. Brett Pirtle 2 for 6 yesterday against Brewster, hitting .231.
Fairbanks, a big kid out there on the hill. Pitched on Monday against Catuit, 2 scoreless innings with a strikeout.
Big lead for Sturgeon, 0-1. Pirtle swings and fouls it off. That'll be 0-2.
Another interesting thing to keep an eye on tonight is what Wareham offense do we see tonight? The one that broke out for 19 hits yesterday against Brewster, or the one that really couldn't put it together against Catuit a few nights back? That will have a huge bearing on this game, and that's what Fred Shepard talked about in the pregame.
0-2 to Pirtle. That one slapped opposite field to left. That'll get down. Sturgeon moves up to second. So back-to-back singles for the Gatemen. 2 runners on, nobody out for Kyle Schwarber.
So maybe we have our answer already. I mean, the bats just continue to roll after the day they had yesterday, where it just seemed like everybody was locked in at the plate. It seems like that's carried over, at least thus far.
So here is Kyle Schwarber. He was 2 for 5 yesterday against the Whitecaps. Now, when I was actually looking when that ball landed in left field, I was actually looking at the grass. We had talked about in the last home game about maybe how the surface is uneven out there, and I actually went out there after the game, and Cooper Ferris was showing me where the holes were. Schwarber swings, that's in the left field gap, but moving over is the left fielder, Brian Anderson, who makes the catch for out number 1 as Cole Sturgeon moves up to third base, but allowed out number 1 for Schwarber.
He swings at the first pitch he sees, and Anderson had a long way to go for that in left field, and seemed like he was jogging just a little bit, didn't know exactly where it was going to end up, and he had to jump a little bit at the end to make that catch.
Then I'll bring up Trevor Podratz. Podratz has been hot, 3 for 4 yesterday, had a double and scored 2 runs. Checks in at .244. First run for the Gatemen is Podratz. That one's into right field, a base hit, and Sturgeon will come around to score. Gatemen lead it 1-0, but Pirtle has to get back to the second base bag quickly, and he does.
Good piece of hitting from Trevor Podratz. Again, wasting no time. Already 3 hits in the inning for Wareham and an early 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Trevor Podratz now 6 for his last 9.
Right fielder number 16, Sean McMullen from LSU.
And pitching coach will come on out and chat with Peter Fairbanks. Running into some trouble here. A run in for the Gatemen. Cole Sturgeon led it off with a single, then he scored on the single by Trevor Podratz. A lot of first pitch swinging here as well.
Well, exactly. I mean, Fairbanks has only thrown 6 pitches. He's already faced 4 batters. It's remarkable just how quickly these Wareham bats are getting after it. They're being very aggressive against Fairbanks, and so far the early returns are good.
It'll be Sean McMullen. He's hitting at .250. Did not play yesterday against Brewster. Brett Pirtle is on second base with Podratz on first. McMullen snapped a 4-game hitting streak on Wednesday against Catuit. He was 0 for 5 in that one.
And before that, he had had hits in 8 of his last 9 games and was really rolling along. Just hit a little speed bump against Catuit.
First pitch from Fairbanks is inside and low, 1-0. Center fielder Dominic Jose playing shallow. Get you the rest of the Hyannis defensive lineup in just a minute.
Haven't had time to with all these first pitch swingings we've seen.
1-0. That one is just foul to the right.
Well, in the outfield, Jose is flanked by Brian Anderson, who we saw make the grab in left field. Tyler Spoon is in right. And then around the diamond, starting at third base, it's Austin Slater. Jay Baum is the shortstop. Steve Wilkerson mans second. Skylar Ewing plays first. And the catcher is Chase Griffin. For the pitcher, Peter Fairbanks.
Pirtle dancing at second. 1-1 from Fairbanks. That one's low. Stopped by Chase Griffin, the catcher, who's actually in the dirt. If you want to talk about a defensive lineup that struggled, you can look at the third baseman, the shortstop, and the second baseman. Austin Slater, Jay Baum, Steve Wilkerson. All three have 10 errors each.
Yeah, well, Hyannis as a team, 55 errors in 40 games, the 8th lowest fielding percentage.
2-1, McMullen slaps that foul off to the left, and I think it hit off a light post and back onto the field.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. We've seen that now a few times in the past few weeks.
Well, no balls have shattered any light bulbs, so we're okay there.
That's only at Eldridge Park, apparently.
Hey, talk about Orleans. They've been playing well recently.
Very hot team. Got a big doubleheader going today.
2-2 the count to McMullen. Pitch from Fairbanks. Back to the mound. Fairbanks goes to second. The shortstop bomb. Kazit throws to first. Double play. Nice double play started by Peter Fairbanks and ended by Skylar Ewing at first base. It's a 1-6-3 double play. Wareham gets one, an RBI single by Trevor Podrats. 1-0 Wareham. RBI single to right for Trevor Podrats. Brings in Cole Sturgeon. That's where we stand right now. 1-0 Wareham as we enter the top of the second. Brian Anderson, Ryan Padilla, and Chase Griffin to face Fred Shepard. Talk about Peter Fairbanks getting out of trouble. A 1-6-3 double play to get himself out of trouble in the bottom of the first. First pitch swing, and that's out to left. Going over his Toth. He dives and makes the catch. Another great play in left by Adam Toth. Made another great one as you get another look at it right here. Just extends himself and lays out to make a great catch.
What a play out there by Adam Toth. We've talked to him about this a lot this summer because he seems to always make terrific plays, and right there you can see how much his speed helps making that grab right along the foul line.
Here is Ryan Padilla. Yeah, it was just the last time these two teams played. A ball hit just like that, except from the left hand side of the plate off the bat of, I believe it was Landon Curry. Adam Toth made another great play.
Yeah, he seems to have a knack for making those plays, and Fred Shepard was talking about it before the game. You know, he doesn't need to be a big strikeout guy tonight because he knows he has a good defense behind him. Well, certainly when you got plays like that, you can pitch to contact a little bit.
Padilla checks in at 292. 0-1 is low, 1-1.
Well, the interesting thing about Padilla is, I mean, he's played a lot for them this summer. He only has 7 at-bats against left-handed pitching.
1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2.
1 for 7 against Southpaws coming in, and tonight he is in the lineup against Shepard. He was expecting to see more righties, was Shepard, but he goes up against Padilla.
Yeah, the Wareham killer Jeff Schock not in the lineup. 1-2, breaking ball. A little high, 2-2 as the lights start to flicker on here at Spillane Field.
This actually is the first left-handed batter in the lineup that Shepard faces.
2-2. Line to short. It'll take a bounce. Ethan Gross has to hurry up, throw, and it's in time. Kind of a soft liner that dropped right in front of Ethan Gross on the third base side of that second base bag, closer to third.
Yeah, and then he just had to hurry a strong throw to get Padilla, who was moving well down the line.
There is Chase Griffin, the catcher. Griffin 2 for 7 against the Gatemen this season. First pitch is a called strike.
Yeah, he had that big home run back on June 17th. He was 2 for 4 in that ball game and blasted one. A long shot out to left field.
Pitch is a called strike, 0-2. Griffin from Leesburg, Georgia, enters tonight 15 for 77. That's 195. 0-2 the count on the catcher, Griffin. Pitch from Shepard. High chopper to short, Gross in the outfield grass, jumps, throws, will not be in time. So Chase Griffin will reach, but hey, gotta love the effort right there for Ethan Gross going out there to go get that one in shallow left field, just in the outfield grass.
Yeah, there's not many balls that he just simply does not get to. He doesn't make all those plays. That's a terribly hard play to make, but he gets to everything, and a lot of times he keeps things on the infield, which, you know, saves a run here or an advanced base for a guy on the opposing team.
Here is Dominic Jose. Griffin has 4 stolen bases. First pitch is a high fly ball, tailing to the left. Adam Toth, Willie Schwanke running over. Adam Toth in foul territory makes the catch. Nice catch by the Baylor left fielder. Still 1-0 Wareham as we go for the bottom of the second on WCTV and the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Wareham, we enter the bottom of the second at Spillane Field. Fred Shepard has pitched very well. He got Brian Anderson to fly out to left, and it was a very nice play out there by Adam Toth. That was out number 1. They got Ryan Padilla to ground out to short, and then Chase Griffin reached on, I guess you would call an infield single. And then you got Dominic Jose to fly out to left in foul territory for out number 3, but here is Willie Schwanke. It'll be 6, 7, 8, Schwanke, Matt Walsh, and Adam Toth to face Peter Fairbanks. First pitch is high for ball 1.
Fairbanks ended up only throwing 11 pitches in the first inning against those 5 batters. He was really fortunate to get out of the inning with the double play.
1-0. Schwanke will pop it foul off to the left out of play.
He has McMullen coming up with 2 guys on, gets the 1-6-3 double play. There had been 1 out, and you think, wow, this Gatemen lineup just looks locked in against Fairbanks, and then he flips the script with the double play.
1-1 to Schwanke. Breaking ball in there called strike 1-2. Schwanke enters tonight's game hitting 189. Guy who had such a great bat at the beginning of the season has since struggled. 1-2. High, 2-2.
Yeah, well, Schwanke had that big game where he kind of broke out a little bit against Hyannis when Wareham scored 12 runs. He was 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. It just has not been there since that time.
2-2 Schwanke fouls that one back behind us.
Since that game, that was on July 8th, he's just 4 for his last 31 and has struggled to put it together. Some of those were well-hit balls, but then sometimes he, has just struggled to even make solid contact.
2-2 from Fairbanks. That one's fouled back again.
I think Schwanke is definitely one of the guys, though. The way he swings it, you would not be surprised at any time for him to break out. It's kind of like what we talked about with Trevor Podratz. It would just seem to be a matter of time because he has such a nice swing from the left side.
Well, it's also been hard because Danny Rosemont plays third as well. 2-2, Schwanke fouls that one off to the right.
Yeah, I mean, it's tougher for the guys that don't play every single day to get into those routines and then to break out of slumps because the playing time is so irregular.
2-2 the count on Schwanke. Matt Walsh on deck. 2-2. Slap to left. Going over is Brian Anderson. He will make the catch. Couple of great plays in left. One for Hyannis, one for Wareham here in the second inning.
See, that's kind of what I'm talking about for Schwanke is, he has made good contact during this stretch. A lot of times it's right at people, or in that case, a well-hit ball, but a nice play in the field, and Anderson just takes one away.
Here is Matt Walsh, the designated hitter. First pitch is low. He's working on a nice mustache.
I told him that before the game, and a really impressive mustache. That's new.
1-0 from Fairbanks. Takes a called strike.
I'll tell you, that's a good mustache, but it does not rival that of Cy Sneed for Hyannis.
No.
We saw that when he pitched against Sean Newcomb. Boy, that's a good stash.
1-1. Into right field, a base hit. Second hit, excuse me, that's the third hit tonight we've seen go opposite field.
Number 3, Adam Toth from Baylor.
I mean, there's not a lot of power in this lineup on the large scale when you look at the lineup as a whole, but there are a lot of guys that this summer have really developed their whole plate approach, and Cooper Ferris has been working with them on that since day one. And one of the big keys that he likes to preach is just going the other way and handling the bat, as he calls it.
Here's Adam Toth. First pitch swing to first, and it'll be foul. Excellent night for baseball here. Lights are on. Not sure they really need them right now. One the count on Adam Toth. To the right side of the infield. That'll get under the glove of Steve Wilkerson into right, a base hit. Back-to-back one-out base knocks for the Gatemen. There's 2 on with 1 away for Ethan Gross.
Just a hard hit ball. Wilkerson barely had time to take even a few steps at that thing, and Wareham just continues to hit. Already 5 base knocks against Fairbanks.
I'll bring up Ethan Gross, the shortstop from Memphis. 3 for 5 yesterday against Brewster, hitting .271 on the season.
Yeah, since the All-Star break, he's just been locked in. 8 for 19 since Saturday.
First pitch swing, that one's up the middle, a base hit. Cooper Ferris will stop Matt Walsh at third. Adam Toth moves up to second, but 3 straight hits for the Gatemen with 1 away here in the bottom of the second.
I mean, what more can you say? It's just they've just picked up exactly where they left off yesterday, just hitting everything in sight. And it's not a lot of hard hit balls in terms of blasts to the fence or anything. It's just line drives, hard grounders that are singles, and they get a lot of them in bunches.
A lot of first pitch swing, too.
Yeah, they've been very, very aggressive recently.
Here is Cole Sturgeon. He singled and scored on the RBI single by Trevor Poderats. That was in the first. First pitch from Fairbanks is a called strike at the waist. A win for the Gatemen. They tie the season series with the Harbor Hawks. 0-1 to Sturgeon. Way inside, 1-1. Also got to talk about how Fred Shepard on the other side, he's pitched pretty well, though, giving his team the best chance to win. 1-1. Sturgeon, a high fly ball. That'll go foul off to the right.
Yeah, well, the only hit Shepard allowed was that infield single from Chase Griffin in the second inning. Shepard has looked pretty good so far, and he's got a good defense backing him up. This might be the type of game where you don't even need a whole lot of runs to back up Shepard on the hill.
1-2 pitch to Sturgeon. And that one's popped up in shallow right. Back is the second baseman, Wilkerson. And he takes care of it for out number 2. First time Sturgeon's been retired, now 1 for 2. Here's Brett Pirtle. He singled, slapped it opposite field to left. That was in the first. He was stranded at second base when Sean McMullen grounded into the 1-6-3 double play. Or should I say he was stranded on his way to third. First pitch swing, that one's to the right side of the infield. That'll get down for a base hit. In is Walsh. Here comes Adam Toth. He slides in and he's safe. 3-0 Wareham.
Pirtle just continues to hit in this ball game. Just takes the first pitch as well, shoots it through the right side. Toth with 2 outs certainly has the speed and was in the right situation to score from second on that play. That's a big 2-out base hit for the Gatemen to extend this to 2 more runs and now make it 3-0.
They also give Fred Shepard just another, makes his job easier. If he gives up a run, not that big of a deal, but that also helps him. He's got to give his team the best chance to win. And when you have a good offense, that certainly makes his job easier. I'll bring up Kyle Schwarber. 4 hits in the inning for the Gatemen. All singles. First pitch is high for ball 1.
Just 7 hits now total, not even through with the second inning. Pretty remarkable.
2-run single for Pirtle. 1-0. Here's a called strike, a little low. 1-1 to Kyle Schwarber.
And this is a big game for Hyannis. They need to keep pace atop the Western Division.
Schwarber flew out to left his last time up. 1-1. That one's up and in. 2-1. Fairbanks from St. Louis, Missouri. 2-1. Schwarber swings through that one. Strike two, 2-2.
Good off-speed pitch there from Fairbanks. Low and into Schwarber. Not something he can do much damage with.
Runners at the corners, 2 out. 2-2, runner at first is off Pirtle. That one's a broken bat grounder to first. Skylar Earwing takes it and steps on the bag for out number 3. 2-run single for Brett Pirtle. Gives the Gatemen 2 more. It's 3-0 Wareham as we head for the 3rd inning on WCTV and the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Strong start for Wareham as we go to the top of the 3rd inning here at Spillane Field. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Monaco with Austin Pollock to my right, ready to bring you the next few innings here on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. The Gatemen with a run in the first, 2 in the 2nd inning, 7 hits total. And on the hill, Fred Shepard, the left-hander for the Gatemen, has looked sharp. Just 1 hit surrendered. It was an infield single in the top of the 2nd inning. We roll to the top of the 3rd, 9-1-2 due up for the Harbor Hawks. It starts with the shortstop from Clemson, Jay Baum. The first pitch from Shepard is up and away for ball 1 to Baum, right-handed hitter from Alpharetta, Georgia. Swung on and just tipped foul at the plate. Baum last played last night against Falmouth, 1 for 4. 30 hits on the summer. Trying to get the offense going. Takes one high, it's 2-1. Shepard 23 pitches through 2 innings and 16 first strikes. He's been sharp on the hill thus far, Austin.
Yeah, he really has. He's giving his team the best chance to win is what I was talking about.
The 2-1 is fouled off high to the left side and out of play. As some fans duck for cover when that one was coming down. 2-2 the count to the first batter here in the top of the 3rd. Jay Baum to be followed by the top of the lineup with Steve Wilkerson and Tyler Spoon. Shepard stares in, and he's ready. The pitch. That stays high, and the count goes full to Baum. Seen a lot of very quick at-bats today, especially on the Wareham side offensively. 3-2 pitch. That's flown to the left side again, high and out of play, as Jay Baum is working on a good at-bat. Fred Shepard walked 1 in the 1st inning, gave up the infield single in the 2nd. Otherwise, he's had 6 put out, some good defense behind him, especially from Adam Toth in left field. Again, the payoff pitch. That stays high again. Shepard misses with the fastball, and that'll bring pitching coach Terry Thompson out of the dugout to talk things over, as the leadoff man is aboard for the Harbor Hawks for the first time tonight.
Yeah, 2nd walk given up by Fred Shepard. 3rd base runner, the other one was Chase Griffin. He singled in the 2nd inning.
So it's back to the top of the lineup. Steve Wilkerson, the switch hitter, batting from the right side. It's an interesting lineup as turned in by Hyannis manager Chad Gassman. Only 1 true left-hander. It's Ryan Padilla. 2 switch hitters. Everyone else is a right-handed batter. They know what they want to do against Fred Shepard on the hill. So Wilkerson digs in. He grounded out to Brett Pirtle at 2nd base to start the ball game. Baum, the runner at first, is 9 for 11 on stolen bases this summer. First pitch swinging, and Wilkerson tips it back to the screen, foul.
Fred Shepard has the benefit here with the runner on first base. Can keep a close eye on him.
It's been a big story for Shepard this summer, how he's been able to keep runners at bay. The 0-1, he'll come home low and in. Jumping out of the way there is Wilkerson, a ball and a strike. Wareham as a team has been stolen on a league-high 92 times. Catchers have thrown out 19 runners, 6th best caught stealing rate in the league. The 1-1 popped up foul to the right and out of play.
I think that's also using, I think, 4 catchers. You talk about Schwarber, Shania, Matt Walsh, and C.J. Saylor.
A lot of different guys have seen time behind the plate for the Gatemen this summer. Even now, Wareham's still rotating 3 catchers through. Shepard stares at first, Baum staying put. And the 1-2. Wilkerson reaches at that and drives it foul. We're seeing the Harbor Hawks work deeper into counts here against Fred Shepard in the first two batters. Baum worked the count full, and Wilkerson fouling off some pitches.
That's not what Wareham's doing. They're just going right out.
Shepard will check at first. Throw jerk Podratz off the base. He retrieves the pitch. The pitch over, that is. Baum in the number 9 hole. Good speed. As the pitch to Wilkerson is flown to right field. McMullen over and puts it away for out number 1.
Well, now that's a good out right there for Fred Shepard. You get that out. You also have a runner on with 1 out. So if you can get Tyler Spoon around to a double play, then you're out of the inning.
He wins the long battle with Wilkerson at the plate. 1 down for Tyler Spoon, the number 2 hitter who struck out his first time up for the second out of the first inning. Very nice curveball thrown by Shepard in that at-bat to K. Tyler Spoon. Baum is off. The throw over to first. Podratz guns it to second, but Gross can't handle it, and Baum slides in safely.
Well, I also don't think they were going to have him. Baum was really running hard, and the throw from Podratz to Ethan Gross was just going to be a little bit too late in my mind.
Just popped out of Gross's mitt. So up to second goes Baum into scoring position for the heart of this Harbor Hawks lineup. First pitch to Spoon is swung on and popped up, tailing in foul ground on the right side. McMullen giving chase, makes the catch, tagging from second, going to third is Jay Baum. The throw will be cut off, but out number 2 as Spoon flies out in foul ground. Keeping Sean McMullen busy out there and right. 2 away for the number 3 hitter, Skylar Ewing. His first time up, he worked the count full, then drew a walk. Right now, he's trying to get home Baum.
The corners have been very busy, left field and right field.
First pitch on the way. That stays high all the way through to Ewing. 19 RBIs for the Rice infielder and catcher. That leads this Hyannis squad. The 1-0. Curveball in there for strike 1. Looping breaking ball from Shepard. Told us before the game he needs all 4 pitches to be successful. Here comes the 1-1. Out toward right field again. McMullen going back, still going back, and it's over his head and off the wall. A run scores. Ewing rounds first. He will slide into second with a 2-out RBI double. The Harbor Hawks are on the board. It's 3-1.
I'm seeing a lot of offense here, especially from Wareham, but now you see Hyannis break through. Skylar Ewing goes opposite fielders over the head of Sean McMullen. He had a long way to go for that one. Just on the warning track, but it just got over the head of McMullen. He's also not a very tall guy out there.
The wind is blowing out, but not a whole lot. That ball just looked like it kept carrying over McMullen's head. It's RBI number 20 for Ewing, and he's at second for the cleanup man, Austin Slater. First pitch swing, he laces this one down the left field line, but that'll go foul. He gave that one a ride.
Yeah, he was trying to tie this ball game up with one swing. And back to what I was saying about McMullen, he's not a very big guy, 5'9", 185.
He did jump just out of his reach. So Slater will have an 0-1 count. There's 2 outs. We're in the top of the third. The Gatemen lead it 3-1. Slater grounded out to third base his first time. Takes a breaking ball, and it gets away from Schwarber. Up to third, scoots Ewing 90 feet closer.
Now Fred Shepard's got to calm down. He's got 2 outs. He needs to get this final out. He can't let any more damage happen here.
He was rolling through the first 2 innings, just an infield single and a walk, the only blemishes through his first 2. But a run in for Hyannis in the third. Breaking ball over at the knees. It's strike 2.
Now he's just 1 strike away.
And Slater, a guy that does strike out, leads this Hyannis squad with 35 Ks. Shepard winds and deals. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. Shepard strikes out Slater to end the threat and strand a runner at third base. The Harbor Hawks, though, do get 1 on an RBI double by Skylar Ewing. They're on the board. It's 3-1 Wareham after the top of the third inning. And right now, let's check in with Hillary.
Hi, thanks, Mike. I'm here with Ariadne. Can you say your last name for us so I don't butcher it too bad?
Daskalakis.
Okay, so you did a lovely rendition with your musical festival group of the national anthem. Can you tell us how you got into music and what brought you here with the Gatemen?
Sure. Well, I've been a musician since I was 5. I'm from the Boston area, but I've summered in Wareham all my life, and it's a really important part of my life. And I've started a music festival here, and I bring musicians from all around the world here, and bringing them. It's a really special part of the week that we come and play a national anthem for the Gatemen game, and it's just a wonderful way to join the community and also teach some of my musicians a little bit about baseball.
So you say that they don't get to, watch the sport of baseball too much, so this is kind of like a branch for them to be able to come and watch some great summer baseball. Is that right?
Well, of course, summer baseball here is anyway so special because it's so, you're appreciate it. But some of my musicians are actually from countries like Germany, Ukraine, where they don't really know baseball, so they're mainly soccer fans or maybe hockey. So it's a great opportunity for them.
Great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time and talking to us, and enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, guys. And that was really one of the best renditions of the national anthem we have heard this summer.
Yeah, it was very great. Nicely done.
As we go to the bottom of the third, second pitch, Trevor Podratz grounds it up the middle. Baum takes the hop and fires on to first for the first out as we start the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, I thought that the Baum was going to have trouble with that one. It took a very weird hop.
We're in the bottom of the third, 3-1, Wareham leading Hyannis. The Harbor Hawks coming in tied for first in the Western Division, but down early on a beautiful Friday night here at Spillane. Fairbanks working from the windup. He faces Sean McMullen. Fires home a fastball. It's tipped back to the screen, 0-1. McMullen in the first inning grounded into a 1-6-3 double play right back at Fairbanks, which ended that first inning. Fairbanks got out of a major threat. He kicks and the 0-1. McMullen thought about it, held off, but it's called strike 2. Wareham has been very aggressive early in this one. 7 hits as we are entering the third. 3 runs on the board for the Gatemen, 3 left on base as well. The 0-2, that stays high. A ball and 2 strikes.
Center fielder Dominic Jose playing McMullen shallow, as is the left fielder Anderson.
Here comes the 1-2. Ground ball to the right side, backhanded effort by Ewing. He bobbled it briefly and throws to Fairbanks, who was covering. It's in time for out number 2.
Well, that was a tough play, especially for Ewing. And, I mean, Fairbanks had to get off the mound quickly. McMullen's got a little bit of speed. He can beat that out. I mean, he was hustling down the line, too.
Yeah, it was a nice play by both Ewing and Fairbanks. Ewing to stick with it, made a good backhanded stop. 2 outs for Willie Schwanke, flew out to left his first time. Swings at the first pitch, high fly ball out to right field. Back a few steps is Spoon, still going back. He makes the grab just in front of the warning track to retire the side. A nice 1-2-3 inning for Peter Fairbanks here in the bottom of the third inning. Wareham comes up empty but still leads 3-1 on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. On to the fourth inning we roll here at Spillane Field. Wareham 3, Hyannis 1. Fred Shepard back out on to the hill, looking to do what Peter Fairbanks just did in the bottom of the third inning. A very nice, quick inning. 1-2-3, Fairbanks set down the Gatemen on just 7 pitches. Shepard, meanwhile, had to throw 21 pitches in the third inning. A run on 1 hit, also a walk in that inning for Hyannis. And leading off, it's Brian Anderson. Takes a first pitch, fastball low and away for ball 1. Anderson flew out to left field in the second inning to begin that frame on a terrific diving catch by Adam Toth. 1-0 misses, 2 balls, no strikes to start it off to Anderson, who's hit the ball well at Spillane Field. Last time these two teams squared off, Anderson 4 for 4, as that misses 3-0. And Anderson did much of that damage against Sean Newcomb, who that night was locked in 7 shutout innings for Wareham.
Yeah, I remember we were talking to Frankie Polari, and he was impressed.
3-0 is a fastball that gets over, strike 1.
couple of games in this league have gone final. Chatham and Katuitt. Kettleers got a 5-1 win over the Anglers.
The 3-1 is a high fly ball out to left center field. This one is going, and gone. A long home run for Brian Anderson to lead off the 4th inning. And the Harbor Hawks are cutting closer. It's now 3-2.
Inching closer, that is absolutely right. And we're talking about Brian Anderson hitting the ball well at Plainfield. Continues just where he left off.
It's Anderson's first home run of the summer as he blasts that out to left center field at this spacious ballpark. And it's now 3-2. That's how we start the top of the 4th. The hitter now is Ryan Padilla. Didn't mean to, but he fouls that one off the handle. Padilla, his last time up, hit a soft sinking liner to shortstop. Ethan Gross scooped it up, threw it on to first. The only left-handed bat in the lineup for Chad Gassman. 0-1 curveball gets over at the knees, 0-2.
And YD has beat Brewster 8-1. That was a 2-hour and 8-minute game at Red Wilson Field.
Chopped foul to the right side. Well, with Wareham's win over Brewster yesterday, YD got the 4th and final spot, the 8th playoff spot overall in this league, coming out of the Eastern Division. The 0-2 pitch slider, low and away, a ball and 2 strikes.
Fred Shepard, now that his team is only up by 1 and he's given up 2 runs, he's got to be very careful. Can't let any more damage happen. And if he's going to let damage happen, got to let his team fight back and get more runs.
He wanted that one, missed just a bit low, 2-2. Wareham scored in each of the first 2 innings. Now Hyannis has scored in the next 2 innings. Gatemen still lead it by 1. Here comes the 2-2 offering. Fouled off to the left side, out of play.
Sometimes you have those teams that aren't really built based on talent, but they're built based on chemistry. I think that's the case with Hyannis here. Not to say that they don't have talent, they certainly do, but nothing like a Falmouth-type talent.
2-2 curveball waved at and missed by Padilla. It's the 3rd strikeout of the evening for Fred Shepard, and there's 1 away in the 4th.
That's a big out right there for Fred Shepard. He absolutely needed that one.
Goes to the curveball, as he did on his first strikeout back in the 1st inning. He gets this one here in the 4th, and 1 down for Chase Griffin, who had the first hit for Hyannis in this one, an infield single back in the 2nd. And Shepard misses low, ball 1. Shepard has given up quite a few home runs this summer. Saw it against Katuitt. See it here tonight as Anderson goes yard. And this one, a high fly ball out to center field. Sturgeon on the move, still going back, and he will camp under it and make the catch deep in center field. A long fly ball out off the bat of Chase Griffin.
You got to hit the ball really, really hard if you're going to hit a home run to dead center. 412 out there.
One of the biggest ballparks here on the Cape.
I think it's the biggest ballpark.
It certainly looks that way all the way around, especially in left center and right center. Very, very deep. So 2 outs for Dominic Jose, the switch hitter batting from the right side. Ball 1 misses low and inside.
I think White House Field's another one. I think it looks big, but I don't exactly think it really is that big.
The 1-0 swung on and missed as Jose gets fooled there at the off-speed pitch, a ball and a strike. Shepard now at 60 pitches in this ball game. 1-1 curveball over on the outside edge for strike 2. 3 hits for Hyannis. Been efficient with those hits. 2 runs to show for it. 1-2. Slider comes inside and low, 2-2. The Harbor Hawks at 23-16-2. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball called strike 3. Jose watches it go by. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Fred Shepard as he works out of the 4th. He does give up the solo home run to Brian Anderson, his first of the summer, and the lead is trimmed to 3-2 in favor of Wareham as we head to the bottom of the 4th on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. to Wareham. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Peter Fairbanks back out on the hill. He will face 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Gatemen. who have 7 hits in this one, but were retired 1, 2, 3 in the third inning. Just 7 pitches required for Fairbanks in that inning. Faces Matt Walsh, who singled his last time. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it off himself. Walsh with that single to the opposite field in the second inning broke up an 0 for 9 stretch for the Franklin Pierce backstop. Hyannis, though, quickly made the comeback after Wareham got 3 in the first 2 innings. The 0-1. Fly ball out to right field. It's right at Spoon, who goes back a step or two and puts it away for the first out here in the last of the fourth. That'll bring up Adam Toth, the number 8 hitter, the left fielder from Baylor, who hit a hard ground ball single to the right side back in the second inning. Second pitch he saw from Fairbanks. Wareham has been aggressive early in this one. The big righty kicks and deals, comes home with a fastball on the outside edge for strike 1. Fairbanks just finished his freshman season at Missouri. Only pitched 6 1/3 innings. 2 innings on the summer coming in for Hyannis. Misses low and inside for ball 1.
I almost went to Missouri. I was about, well, I don't know how to follow that, but I was pretty close to going.
What'd you like about the school?
Well, I don't know.
1-1 on the ground weakly towards second base. Up with it is Wilkerson over to first in time to get the speedy Toth for out number 2.
I know it was a good journalism school, so.
Can't go wrong going there for journalism.
But, I mean.
Also can't go wrong going to Syracuse.
But it's in the middle of Missouri. I mean, it's kind of not much going on. Not that there's much going on in central New York.
You strike me as an East Coast guy.
That's funny because both my parents thought they were going to see me in the Midwest.
Really?
Yeah.
I ended up in Indiana.
Yeah, we would have been neighbors.
First pitch to Ethan Gross is a breaking ball swung on and fouled off to the right.
Now we're neighbors in the broadcast booth.
That's very true. Though the summer is winding down. 3 games left. Pretty crazy, huh?
Gonna make me cry.
I didn't mean to get emotional. The 0-1 just misses a little up and away. 1-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 6 in a row set down by Fairbanks on the hill. 1-1 fastball is over for strike 2.
And you mentioned how it's winding down. I mean, it's been a lot of fun. I know for me, it's just been a great experience. Some of the best people in this organization, and couldn't ask for a better way to spend a summer.
Couldn't agree more. As the 1-2 is floated into center field, coming in is Jose, but back is the second baseman Wilkerson, who puts it away while backpedaling for the 3rd out. Another 1-2-3 inning now, 7 in a row, retired by Fairbanks. We are through with 4 innings here at Spillane Field. It's Wareham 3, Hyannis 2 on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Jay Baum will lead it off against Fred Shepard in the top of the 5th. Baum walked in the 3rd and he scored on the RBI double by Skylar Ewing.
63 pitches entering the 5th for Shepard.
First pitch is low for ball 1.
And really they've all come, the majority of those that have driven his pitch count high, it's been 40 pitches in the past 2 innings. He could use a real quick one.
1-0. Inside, ball 2. Looks like the sun is kind of setting right above the actual diamond.
Looks pretty cool, looking straight up.
2-0 to Baum. Off to the right out of play.
Some light orange clouds. Yeah, directly just on top of the field. If you look out straight to center, it's just all blue, but then above us, there are clouds.
We've seen some nice sunsets here at Spillane.
Oh, yeah, this is a great spot for sunsets. 8 o'clock right now, so not too far away.
Been a quick game, too. 2-1 the count on Baum. Hard grounder to second. Brett Pirtle has it and throws to first for out number 1.
Well, that's the first step for Fred Shepard when you talk about him needing a quick inning to get deep into this ball game. And he's done that a lot this summer where he gives the team about 7 innings or so. Yeah, that's a great shot of what we were just talking about. But Shepard, you know, if he can give another strong outing and keep his team in the game, it seems like he's done that more often than not this summer.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Here is Steve Wilkerson, 0 for 2, ground out to second and a fly out to right. As that one's out toward right, McMullen going over in foul territory. It will get down and roll, but it'll be a double for Steve Wilkerson. Wide turn at second, and we'll have to go back. Strong throw in.
Well, he was about to go to third base and then just all of a sudden stopped and held up. He hesitated around second, too, before deciding to go to third. He just blooped that one in down the line. Snuck it in there, and it rolled over toward the fence.
Here is Tyler Spoon. He's 0 for 2, a strikeout in the first, a fly out to right in the third. Breaking ball is inside from Shepard, 1-0. 1 out, 3-2 Wareham. Here in the top of the fifth at Spillane Field. Second to last time we'll be here. 1-0 inside, 2-0.
Yeah, tomorrow another home game against Bourne, and then on Sunday on the road at Doran Park to close out the regular season.
Tomorrow a 4 o'clock start here at Spillane. 2-0. Inside part of the plate, called strike, 2-1.
Spoon does not like that at all. He thought that was too far inside. Shepard really needed that strike.
2-1 the count on Tyler Spoon. Runner at second base is Steve Wilkerson. 2-1. Foul just over by the Hyannis dugout.
Yeah, just cued that one off the end of the bat.
2-2. Outfield is straight away. Sean McMullen shallow and right, as is Sturgeon in center. 2-2 from Shepard. Foul over by the Wareham Bat Boys. You see so many kids, maybe around 8, 9, 10 years old, get excited over a foul ball. For these Bat Boys, it's just another day at the office.
It really is. They do a good job. They've done a whole summer of it and have been really good.
2-2. Hard grounder that'll get into left past the dive of Ethan Gross. As Chad Gaspin, the third base coach, will hold Wilkerson at third. But back-to-back hits for the Harbor Hawks.
Yeah, just so softly hit. Didn't really have an opportunity to send Wilkerson around. Terry Thompson started out of the Wareham dugout. Heads back now to talk it over with Cooper Ferris before heading out again to the mound.
Isn't the rule that you can only go out to the mound once before the second time you have to make a pitching change?
I think it's twice, and then the third time has to be a pitching change. But I could be wrong, and it very well could be different here in this league.
I'm just remembering because maybe a few years ago, there was a play in the majors where a pitching coach or a manager went out once, was headed back to the dugout, and then on his way back decided to go back to the mound to say something, and then the umpire said he had to make a pitching change.
Yeah, that happens, and sometimes the managers just forget or the pitching coach forgets, and how many times they've been out and puts them in a tough bind. Happened last night, a different situation, but in the Red Sox game.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
With the pitching coach, the manager signaling for one pitcher that was warming up in the bullpen, getting the other, the miscommunication with the umpires.
Yeah,
that was very interesting.
Yeah, Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy were saying that might have been one of the reasons why Seattle lost that game, because they brought in the wrong pitcher.
Tough break as the Red Sox made a thrilling comeback effort last night.
Yeah, it was a 6-run ninth. Here is Skylar Ewing. He doubled in the third, and he walked in the first. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Is Wilkerson on third. He doubled to right, and then Tyler Spoon, he's on first. He singled to left.
Over at first base, Tyler Spoon, 6 for 9 this summer, stealing bases.
Hard chopper to short. Gross with an athletic play to second, throw on to first. In time. 6-4-3 double play turned by Ethan Gross, Brett Pirtle, and Trevor Podach gets Fred Shepard out of a jam, as you see it right here. Just a great play by Ethan Gross. Going to his right, makes the off-balance throw, and then the turn by Brett Pirtle to complete the double play. Still 3-2 Wareham as we head for the bottom of the fifth on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network and WCTV. To lead things off in the bottom of the fifth inning at Spillane Field against Peter Fairbanks, the right-hander from Missouri. Good way to end the inning in the top half for Fred Shepard, and as Sturgeon hits a ground ball to first, and Skylar Ewing will take it himself for out number 1.
Yeah, but just back to the last half inning. Fred Shepard, gives up the double, gives up the single after he got the first batter to ground out, and then gets that 6-4-3 double play. Gross was at double play depth, had to go back toward the hole to field that ball. He got rid of it so quickly over to Pirtle, who's covering second. That's why they could get Ewing at first.
Yeah, and he had to. Here is Pirtle. First pitch, a called strike. Pirtle, he's been on twice. He's got a pair of singles. One to left field, one to right.
The last one to right field, that 2-run single in the second inning with 2 outs.
0-1, that one's to the right side of the infield. Skylar Ewing has to rush, but takes himself for out number 2.
Quick feet from Ewing at first base to get to that ball.
And another catcher who's playing that first base position very well. We see Trevor Podratz on the Wareham side, typically a catcher, but here he's played first base. Hasn't caught 1 inning for the Gatemen this summer. Here's Kyle Schwarber, he's 0 for 2.
It's now 9 in a row retired by Fairbanks.
Schwarber does not offer, 1-0. 1-0 to Schwarber. High 2-0. Good to see our dear friend John Mayberry here.
Good old John.
Could be the last time we get to see him.
Does a great job for the Cape League as one of their interns.
2-0 to Schwarber. That one's high. 3-0. Dylan Vazano, one of the broadcasters for Hyannis, talked to him a little bit earlier today, said he was in a lot of traffic. They are not broadcasting tonight, I don't believe. 3-0 to Schwarber. That one is low and in. A 4-pitch walk for Schwarber. First walk given up by Peter Fairbanks tonight.
Well, he had only thrown 11 balls before this at-bat to Schwarber, and then he issues 4 in a row and the free pass. That's probably a good idea with a guy as dangerous as Kyle Schwarber. The unintentional, intentional walk right there.
So here is Trevor Podratz. He singled to right in the first. That scored Sturgeon. That was the first run of the game. Grounded out to short in the third. So he's 1 for 2. First pitch is in. 1-0. Pretty good crowd here at Spillane tonight. I think Benjamin is back.
That he is. Working hard out there to get the fans going.
1-0. Podratz fouls it right in front of the plate. 1-1.
In game 1 of a doubleheader between Harwich and Orleans, the Firebirds won 3-2 over the Mariners. Game 2 coming up in just a few minutes at 8:30. A lot of doubleheaders this week as everyone tries to finish out the summer and avoid playing on that off day on August 5th.
I think there's already a couple games scheduled. As the runner at first is off, Podratz fouls it back. The hit and run was on. So Kyle Schwarber will have to go back to first base. Quick game here, bottom of the 5th, almost through 5. And it's 8-12 here on the East Coast. Sean McMullen waits on deck. 1-2 the count on Podratz, 2 outs. Runner on first is Schwarber. He walked. Pitch as Podratz swings and misses, but the ball gets away from the catcher Griffin, and Podratz will reach first base. Reaches on that drop third strike.
First strikeout of the night for Fairbanks, but of course the runner reaches anyway.
So this will have to be I guess as you put it, a 4-out inning, if you think about it. Here's Sean McMullen 0 for 2, grounded into a 1-6-3 double play in the first, and grounded out to first in the third. He faces Fairbanks for the third time with runners at first and second, and 2 outs. First pitch, he is low for ball 1. His team is leading 3-2.
In the second inning for Wareham, the damage came with 2 outs on Brett Pirtle's 2-run single to right field. 1 in scoring position and 2 on here for McMullen.
1-0 pitch. McMullen out to left center. That will be caught in the left center field gap by the left fielder Brian Anderson for out number 3. Still 3-2 Wareham as we head for the 6th on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Cape Cod Baseball Network. I'm Mike Monaco here, joined by Austin Pollock as we head to the top of the 6th inning with the Gatemen leading 3-2 over Hyannis. The Harbor Hawks tied for first place in the Western Division with 48 points overall. The Commodores of Falmouth also with 48 points. Hyannis, with the summer winding down, this is the first of the 3 remaining games for the Harbor Hawks. Austin Slater, the cleanup man, leads it off against Fred Shepard. Swings at the first pitch, a high fly ball down the right field line. Coming in is McMullen. He makes the catch right on the foul line for a quick out here to start off the 6th inning. Slater swings at that first pitch, got jammed a bit. McMullen with a good grab coming in on the run to put it away. Quick start for Fred Shepard, who's now at 75 pitches thrown. With 5 1/3 gone by, Brian Anderson steps in. He hit a big home run to start off the 4th inning his last time up, out to left center. First pitch from Shepard, and he wisely works away, and he does miss for ball 1. Hyannis with a hit in the 2nd, the 3rd, in the 4th, and then 2 in the 5th inning. 1-0, and he chases low, swings over it for strike 1. Harbor Hawks with 2 runs. Fred Shepard has struggled a bit, but has been able to keep Wareham in the lead. The 1-1. Fisted foul to the right side. Podrat's giving chase, but it's just out of his reach as he stumbles toward the fence. The count will be 1-2 on Anderson. Anderson has hit the ball well against the Gatemen this summer. 4 for 4 last time these teams played, which was right here at Spillane Field. First at-bat tonight flies out to left field on a terrific play made by Adam Toth, who dove to take a base knock away from Anderson. And then the Arkansas left fielder went yard last time. 1-2 the count with 1 down. Shepard working from the windup. Here's the pitch. Curveball that's bounced in, 2-2. Shepard was the beneficiary of some nice defense and an opportunistic play in the 5th. With that ground ball from Skylar Ewing, a 6-4-3 double play to get out of it. As the 2-2 is driven toward the right center field gap, that'll get down. McMullen over to cut it off, but Anderson was thinking too. McMullen a little slow getting over there. Anderson does retreat back to first with a 1-out single. Second hit in the ball game for Anderson. 1 on with 1 out now for Ryan Padilla, the designated hitter from New Mexico, who is 0 for 2 tonight. Last time up, Padilla struck out swinging on a nice curveball from Shepard. That was in the 4th inning. He also grounded out to Gross. Shepard will check at first, and Anderson scoots back without a dive. 4 for 8 on stolen base attempts for the man at first base, Anderson. Another check over. Padilla, the number 6 hitter in the lineup for Chad Gassman, the only lefty. Curveball off the end of the bat. This is rolled weakly toward third. Shepard's going to have to hurry. He won't even throw. Sticks it in his back pocket. A swinging bunt there for Ryan Padilla just off the end of the bat on the curveball. Up to second goes Anderson. Padilla reaches at first base. And there's 2 on for Chase Griffin. Get on any way you can there. It's the Harbor Hawks trying to get back in this. Just trailing by 1 run. 3-2, the Gatemen lead it. We're in the top of the 6th inning. The batter is Griffin, who flew out to deep center field his last time up in the 4th. An infield single the first time around. Fastball on the inside corner from Shepard for strike 1. The outfield playing Griffin straight away. Sturgeon at a pretty standard depth as the 0-1 curveball is waved at and missed. Griffin was way out in front. So Shepard gets ahead in the count. Try to finish off Griffin. Number 7 hitter from Georgia Southern, who entered tonight hitting 195. Shepard sets below the belt, looks at second, the 0-2. Curveball bounced in, a great block from Kyle Schwarber to keep it in front. Runners at first and second here for Hyannis. Austin Slater led off the inning by flying out to right field. Anderson singled to right center, and Padilla reached on a weak single off the end of his bat. Griffin with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Curveball too far inside, and it gets away from Schwarber. Up go the runners to second and third respectively. Now 2 in scoring position for Chase Griffin. Shepard has those curveballs just dropping through the zone with lots of movement. Few of them have been difficult to handle for the backstop, Kyle Schwarber. Wild pitch charge to Shepard, who now will have to work out of this jam. Runners at second and third. A 2-2 count on Chase Griffin with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Hyannis trying to get the lead for the first time tonight. Here's the pitch. Inside, it runs too far, full count. Dominic Jose on deck for Hyannis. He's 0 for 2 in this ball game. Shepard cycles through the signs with Schwarber. Full count. Here's the pitch. Hit off the end of the bat. Pirtle, the second baseman, is over. He gets to it, throws to first for the out. But Brian Anderson scores from third, and this ball game is tied at 3. Just enough to get Anderson home. A weakly hit ball by Griffin on the full count offering. 4-3 the put out for the second out of the inning, but Griffin gets the run home. So now it's Dominic Jose with a runner at third. 2 outs, here's the pitch. First pitch swinging, fouled off to the right side at a ball that was low and away. Jose flew out in foul territory to the left fielder Toth to end the second inning, and then ended the fourth inning by striking out looking. The 0-1 is upstairs. So Hyannis storms back, and it's a 3-3 game. A run in the third, a run in the fourth, and the run here in the 6th inning. 7 hits aside. 1-1. That's fouled off to the right. Ball and 2 strikes as Shepard is now at 91 pitches. Some stirrings in the Wareham pen. 1-2. Jose tried to lay off, and he did, according to first base umpire Harry Greer. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to the center fielder from Stanford. Shepard from the windup kicks and deals. Just tapped fouled by Jose into the Hyannis dugout. Look out. Jose tried to hold off, but it nailed his bat. It remains 2-2. Some light throwing in the Wareham bullpen as the 2-2 is hit foul backwards and out of play to the right of us in the press box.
Think we're going to get to hear any play-by-play from Will Corson-Carr?
Didn't sound like we were. He told us earlier in the week that tonight looked like the night, but he might be coming out of the bullpen. 2-2. 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Jose. He lays off a curveball that came low and in. The count goes full for a second consecutive batter. Jose with a man at third. That's Ryan Padilla, who reached on a swinging bunt single. Tap to the left side of home plate. Shepard stares in. He's ready. Here's his payoff pitch. Jose checks his swing and heads down to first base. Schwarber and Shepard both thought that he may have offered at it, but the umpires say he did not, and Jose reaches first base. And there's runners at the corners for the Harbor Hawks for the number 9 hole hitter, Jay Baum. Baum in this ball game walked and scored to start the 3rd inning and grounded out to second base to begin the 5th. Schwarber gives his signs to the middle infield and to Fred Shepard, with the runner at first in Jose, who runs well. 5 steals on the summer. Last summer, he led this team in stolen bases. Hyannis ties this ball game up after Wareham took a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 1st. Hyannis has not led tonight. Trying to change that right here. Shepard comes set. First pitch. The runner is off from first. Schwarber pumps to second but won't fire. And Jose moves up and into scoring position. Now runners at second and third. And a base hit very well could score two. Jay Baum the hitter. Here comes the 0-1. Curveball that hooks too low. It's a ball and a strike to Baum.
This is, maybe it started out, well, it started out 3-0, I think, and then now it's 3-3. Maybe Shepard's been a little shaky, but it's still a great ball game.
1-1, curveball in there for strike two. 12-6. Hook drops right through the zone. So it's a ball and two strikes, and Shepard trying to keep this a tie game. 2 outs. Here's the 1-2. Fastball out to left field. Toth has a long way to go, still giving chase. He gets to it and makes the catch for out number 3. A nice running play made by Adam Toth in left field. And Hyannis strands runners at second and third. They do tie this ball game up, though, on an RBI ground out by Chase Griffin. 3-3 the score, and right now let's check in with Hillary.
Hey, thanks, Mike. So right now I'm with Fred Shepard's parents. I have Ron and Debbie. How is it watching Fred play here on Cape Cod? Being from Massachusetts, you must be familiar with the Cape Cod League.
It's really exciting. It's the competition is unbelievable and exciting.
Group of boys. Right. It's a lot of fun.
You know, they become family, you know, watching them, you know, always joking around. It really does become such a close-knit group of boys. So do you see any differences between, you know, watching Fred play at Amherst and coming and watching him play here with the Gatemen?
The competition is probably a lot stiffer here. A lot better hitters, obviously.
Right. You know, they say it's kind of like a pitcher-dominated league. So, and Fred's doing great, especially it's so exciting to watch him come from a small school and compete with, you know, the best of the best. I'm sure you must be very proud to watch that.
We're very proud of him. Yes, we are. Yep.
Great. Well, thank you guys so much for talking with us, and enjoy the rest of the game. We'll send it back up to Mike and Austin for some more Gatemen baseball.
Thank you very much, Hillary, and thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Shepard. Always good when the parents can come watch their sons play here in this prestigious league. We'll step aside for just a moment and be right back with the bottom of the 6th inning. Ball game. We head to the home half of the 6th inning. Willie Schwanke to lead it off against Peter Fairbanks, who has been cruising along. 64 pitches entering the 6th. Schwanke yanks the first pitch he sees high and foul off to the right. Fred Shepard in the 6th did surrender the tying run, but with runners at second and third, he got Jay Baum to fly out to left field. A nice running grab by Adam Toth. The 0-1 on the ground towards second base. Wilkerson up with it, fires to first for the out as Willie Schwanke grounds out. Becomes out number 1 here in the 6th.
Boy, Peter Fairbanks has just really settled down here. I mean, Wareham was really all over him in the early innings with hits everywhere, left, right, center. But he settled down. Good for him.
Well, the last hit for the Gatemen did come in the 2nd inning. It was that 2-run single by Brett Pirtle, which made it a 3-1 game. Matt Walsh, the hitter, takes a first pitch over for strike 1. Walsh so far tonight, a single to right field. He came around to score in the 2nd inning. And then last time up, flew out to right field in the 4th. The 0-1 is waved at and missed. A nice change up by Fairbanks. Fairbanks working quickly, getting ahead in the count. 0-2 with 1 down. Here comes the pitch. Walsh stays alive. Fouls a high fastball off to the right.
You know, I think Matt Walsh has one of the smoothest swings. I mean, maybe we don't always see the results, but sometimes when we do, that ball just comes off his bat so nicely.
Looking for hit number 2 tonight. The 0-2 pitch. He lets it go by. It's ball 1, missing low and away. Walsh facing Fairbanks, the 6'6" right-hander. Will be a sophomore at Missouri next season. 1-2 right back at Fairbanks. It bounces off of him, rolls toward third. Walsh will have an infield single. Hard hit ball that struck Fairbanks, who does seem to be perfectly fine. Chad Gassman, though, will come out of the dugout to check on him, but Walsh with a 1-out single.
Well, it's interesting to see maybe where that hit him. I thought he put his glove down and it got his glove.
Very well could have. In any event, Walsh is aboard. 1 on for the number 8 hitter, Adam Toth. He's had a good day in the field. 1 for 2 at the plate. Hard hit ground ball single in the second. Came around to score on the Pirtle 2-run base knock. And then Toth grounded out to second base his last time up. Fairbanks from the stretch. Toth slaps it to the left side of the infield. Baum gloves it, throws to second for one. Walsh slides in, no throw from Wilkerson. 6'4" fielder's choice. And Toth swaps out for Walsh at first base, 2 away.
Adam Toth is really working on that on-base percentage. He's been on base a lot in the last, I'd say, week, since he had those 2 doubles against, I think it was 2 doubles against Chatham last Sunday.
He's aboard at first for the number 9 hole hitter, Ethan Gross, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tie ball game. Fairbanks comes home with a fastball that misses away for ball 1.
Well, no, Toth didn't have 2 doubles, but he had a double, a single, and a walk in that game.
He's put it together nicely in this past week. He represents the go-ahead run for Wareham. That infield single by Walsh, the first hit since the 2nd inning. The 1-0, driven toward the right side. Wilkerson scoots to his left, smothers it, throws to first to retire the side. Fairbanks does give up the single, but keeps on cruising. We are now through 6 innings here at Spillane Field. 3-3 ball game between Wareham and Hyannis on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Well, Fred Shepard is back out for the 7th inning. It's a 3-3 ball game here between Wareham and Hyannis. Shepard will face the top of the lineup for the Harbor Hawks. It starts with Steve Wilkerson, who doubled the right field on the first pitch he saw back in the 5th inning. Action in the Gatemen bullpen, will keep an eye on that as the first pitch to Wilkerson misses low for ball 1. Shepard in 6 innings has given up 7 hits, walked 3, surrendered the 3 runs. He does have 4 strikeouts. He winds and delivers the 1-0. Tied up there, Wilkerson fouls it off weakly to the left. Wilkerson, Spoon, and Ewing due up for Hyannis. 3-3 ball game, top half of the 7th. The pitch. Line drive out toward left center field, sharply hit. That'll get down. Sturgeon cuts it off, and Wilkerson will hold at first base with his 2nd hit of the ball game, a sharp single to left center.
Well, it's been Wilkerson and it's been Anderson. Those two have really just been killing the Gatemen all night. Wilkerson, as you say, 2nd hit of the night. Anderson's 2 for 3. And I mean that he flew out to left his first time up, and it was a nice play by Adam Toth diving, and that one could have gotten away from Toth, and he'd be 3 for 3.
The number 1 and the number 5 hitter in the Hyannis order. Tyler Spoon now steps in 1 for 3. For the right fielder from Arkansas, Shepard throws over to first. Wilkerson back without much effort. Wilkerson 7 for 9 entering tonight, stealing bases. Spoon singled in the 5th, flew out to right in foul ground, and struck out back in the 1st. Shepard throws over, and it gets away from Podratz. He quickly gets to it, and you can see no movement from Wilkerson. It's been all Hyannis since Wareham got those 3 runs in the first 2 innings. Squaring to bunt is Spoon, but he lays it down, just tipped it foul. Straight back behind the plate, just grazed it.
Third base coach Chad Gassman wants to tell Spoon maybe exactly what he wants him to do.
Spoon has a 1 and 2 strike count. We'll see if he'll still try to get it down. I'd be surprised. The runner at first, Steve Wilkerson, runs well. Spoon is showing bunt, and he gets it down, but it goes foul. Scooped up by Schwarber. Will stay alive, though. We did have the count wrong. It's 1 and 2 now.
This guy drive a manager nuts when you can't get that bunt down.
So we get word now from the home plate umpire, 0 and 2.
We also have the word that Dylan Ortman's standing right behind us. Now he's leaving.
The 0-2 pitch. Curveball laced out to left field. Going back is Toth. Still going back. He makes the catch. This kid does it all in left field. Adam Toth with a terrific diving play, his second of the ball game. And that's the first out of the inning.
Get another look at it right here. Look at his speed. He just goes all the way as far as he can, as fast as he can, and makes a great play.
He is fun to watch in left field, folks. So Spoon put away for the first out.
I have to send that one to Sports Center.
You can pick and choose what you want with Toth. He's got his own highlight reel of Sports Center worthy plays.
We tried once last Monday, and we failed. Might have to try again.
The batter is Skylar Ewing, who takes ball one outside. Wilkerson, the runner at first, with one out after another great play by Toth. You're right, Austin. This kid, he could live on Sports Center. Ewing had an RBI double in the third, grounded into a double play his last time. Takes it inside too far. Ewing also walked in the first inning. He's got now 20 RBIs on the summer. First baseman from Rice. Right-handed batter. Awaits the 2-0. Shepard comes in too far, 3-0. Shepard could be nearing the end of his line. We remind you that he entered the inning having thrown 100 pitches. This will be his 110th. And it's a 4-pitch walk as Ewing takes it. It was close, but he's down to first, draws the walk. 2 on for Hyannis with 1 down. And Austin Slater, the cleanup hitter, stepping to the plate. Kyle Schwarber, the catcher, goes out to talk with Shepard. This could just be to buy a little bit more time. And now Terry Thompson will come out. That's exactly the case. That will most likely close the book on Shepard. 3-3 is the score. Runners at first and second for Hyannis. And the cleanup hitter, Austin Slater, due up. And Thompson does signal to the bullpen here in the top of the 7th inning. We will step aside, be back in a moment. Come back to you with Hyannis having runners on first and second in a tie ball game. 3-3 the score on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. New pitcher is Jared Rucker, the right-hander from Louisville, pitching in consecutive ball games. He comes into a tough spot here in the top of the 7th inning. The score is tied 3-3, but Hyannis trying to change that. Runner at first, Skylar Ewing. He just walked on 4 pitches. Last batter, Fred Shepard, faces very well could be his last appearance in a Wareham uniform. Terrific 2 summers for Shepard. Runner at second is Steve Wilkerson. Ruxer comes in and will face Austin Slater. 0 for 3 in this ball game. First pitch from Ruxer is a fastball over for strike 1. Ruxer pitched against Hyannis in that 8-3 loss on July 20th. Tough go of it for him, gave up 3 runs, did not record an out, but since then, 4 appearances, 4 2/3, and just 1 run allowed. The 0-1. That misses low. Schwarber had to quickly move over to stop it. Slater grounded out to third base his first time, then struck out swinging and flew out to right field. Ruxer, the 6'2", 190-pound right-hander. Working from the stretch. Stares in, gets his sign, checks second, the 1-1. And misses low and away, 2 balls and a strike. Wareham has been quiet offensively since the 2nd inning, when Brett Pirtle hit a 2-run single to make it 3-0 in favor of the Gatemen. Since then, all Hyannis offensively. Ruxer sets, will spin back towards second, where Wilkerson heads back to the bag. Wareham looking to get double digits in the win column. Tonight would be win number 10 if they can come out victorious. The 2-1 offering. Popped up to the right side. This one is heading toward foul ground. Schwarber gives it a look, and it gets out of play.
Got Dylan Ortman behind us. Oh, we got Trey Killian as well.
Couple of clowns up here.
How's it going, guys?
It's going pretty well. How about you guys?
We're doing good, just selling some 50-50 tickets.
A lot of buyers tonight?
Season high.
Well, that's good to hear. 2-2 the count on Austin Slater. With one down, runners at first and second. Ruxer, the new pitcher on, facing his first batter of the evening. He comes set. A long look towards second, the 2-2. Fly ball out to right field. Going back is McMullen, still going back. He makes the grab and runs into the warning track. Wilkerson does not tag up. He had to wait and see if that one would come down. It's a long fly ball out for out number 2. Jared Ruxer comes in and gets a huge out.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, McMullen had to go a long way for that one. He's kind of put his glove up there and made the catch.
So 2 away for Brian Anderson, a dangerous hitter. Hits in each of his last 2 at-bats. Has scored both times. He had the solo home run in the 4th inning. That's one of Trey Killian's teammates. Trey, what'd you think of that home run?
That was a bomb.
Anderson gave it a ride out toward left center. He comes up with 2 outs, runners at first and second. Ruxer looking to get out of this. Fires home the first pitch, changeup, it's strike 1. Anderson 2 for 3. He flew out to left field in the 2nd inning, one of Adam Toth's many highlight-worthy grabs. The 0-1. The fastball down the chute for strike 2 as Ruxer works ahead. Ruxer trying to keep this a tie ball game and head to the bottom of the 7th when Wareham will have the top of the lineup due up. Ruxer comes set, looks in, the pitch. On the ground, weakly to the right side. Pirtle, a long way to go. He gets to it, throws to the cutoff man here. Ruxer, and in from third, slides the runner, and that's 4-3 Hyannis as Wilkerson crosses the plate, and the Harbor Hawks have their first lead of the night.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Pirtle had to go a long way to get that. I think that will most likely, I mean, to me, I think it'll be a hit.
Definitely got to be a hit there. Pirtle did all he could to come back and get to that ball and just did not have enough time to get it to first. Anderson runs well and legged it out. So an RBI infield single. Aggressive base running from Wilkerson coming around all the way from second. So now it's still first and second with a run in, a 4-3 Harbor Hawks lead. The batter is Ryan Padilla, who reached on a soft swinging bunt in the 6th inning.
Mike, what's going on right here?
Trey Killian still having fun up here. First pitch swing that's popped up on the infield to the right side. Podratz calls off Pirtle, makes the grab for the 3rd and final out, but Hyannis takes the lead on an RBI infield single by Brian Anderson. It's now 4-3 Hyannis. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Pushes one across in the last half of this inning, top of the lineup, and I'm joined by Trey Killian here helping out. First pitch to Cole Sturgeon goes out of the mid of the catcher, Griffin, ball 1. Trey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Jay. How about you?
It's good to be here.
I agree. It's a beautiful night tonight.
How's your summer been?
It's been fun. You know, the experience up here has been fun. We haven't won a lot of games, but
1-0 fastball comes inside. 2-0 to Sturgeon.
But other than that, it's been fun. You know, good experience meeting all the guys. How's your summer been, Jay?
It's been great. 2-0 pitch is lifted out toward left field. Anderson over to his right.
Get out of here.
Will make the catch for the first out here in the last of the 7th.
You know, Cole Sturgeon seemed to show a little bit of opposite field pop there. You know, I thought that one might have carried over the fence.
Well struck ball. So Peter Fairbanks still cruising along on the hill for Hyannis. 74 pitches entering the inning. Fires home to Brett Pirtle, strike 1. Trey, do you have a code name you want me to call you by?
You know, I go by Trey most of the time, Jay. Thank you.
All right, that works. Trey has taken to calling me Jay for this. 0-1 is hit to the right side. Wilkerson scoots to his left. Throws on to first for the out. Quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Austin is dying laughing right now.
Jay, what is going on over here?
Unprofessional or what? What do you think?
He's slacking right now. You know, big Kyle Schwarber is about to come up to bat. He's definitely got some pop, so we'll see what happens on this at-bat right here.
That could be it. Chad Gassman, the Hyannis manager, comes out to talk it over with Fairbanks and is looking out to the bullpen. That will close the book, most likely for Peter Fairbanks, who pitches here. Has gone 6 2/3, 8 hits, 3 runs, a walk, just 1 strikeout for the 6'6" right-hander. And that will close the book on him. We will step aside with 2 down in the bottom of the 7th inning and be right back in just a moment on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Right back.
Baseball Network, new pitcher on for Hyannis is left-hander Bryant Holtman, who comes on for Peter Fairbanks, who went 6 2/3, gave up 8 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, and struck out 1 through 79 pitches. I'm joined by Trey Killian. We'll keep it right here. Kyle Schwarber coming to bat.
He's got pop, guys.
First pitch swinging, floats one into shallow left center field, or left field rather. That'll get down. First pitch swinging, and he singles with 2 outs to get aboard.
That shows you how strong he is. Looked like a broken base hit, and still got it over the infielder's head to land down for a single. You know, he's been hot for us lately.
The second bat that Schwarber has broken tonight. Muscled that one out there. He's at first with 2 down. The hitter is the cleanup man, Trevor Podratz. Had an RBI single in the first inning, then grounded out and struck out, but reached first on the drop third strike. Holtman kicks and comes home with a fastball over for strike 1. Holtman, the left-hander from Florida State. He started against Wareham back on July 8th. Only went 2 1/3, gave up 4 hits, walked 2, and gave up 5 runs in that outing. The 0-1 breaking ball is tapped foul back to the screen. So good outing for Peter Fairbanks. His first extended work this summer.
You know, Jay, Podratz has a lot of pop as well. You know, he's one of the bigger guys on our team. I actually saw him in BP one time. He hit one right over there over the press box in the football stands.
That's a bomb out to left field. 0-2. Podratz thought about it but held off. 1-2. They will appeal down to first. He did not go. Who do you think has the most power on the team other than Kyle Schwarber?
Other than Kyle Schwarber, I'd say might be a surprise, but I'd say Bradley Roney has quite a bit of pop for one of the smaller guys on the team.
Ball and 2 strikes to Podratz. 2 outs. Holtman looks at first, now comes home. And Podratz gets jammed, fouls it off down the line. Stays at 1-2.
Coach Thompson came out of the dugout to make a nice scoop over there.
He's always on the job. What do you think about who the fastest guy on the team is? I've heard some people put in votes for you. Would you put yourself up there?
I mean, probably not.
Best dancer.
Fastest pitcher, though.
I'm definitely the best dancer, but
1-2. Schwarber off with the pitch. The throw down is off the line by Griffin, and Schwarber swipes second with 2 down. The pitch was a ball. Yeah, there's some speed. Don't know if you could beat Kyle Schwarber, could you?
I'd probably beat Kyle Schwarber.
We saw Trey come into pinch run earlier this summer against Harwich. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Podratz, a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Holtman kicks and deals, breaking ball bounced in, the count goes full.
Good eye by Podratz there on that pitch. That was a tough one to lay off of. Yeah, that pinch run experience was quite the adrenaline rush. I don't think I've ran bases since high school. So that was interesting.
I thought we might see that a few more times this summer, but not yet. 3-2 the count. Here's the payoff pitch. That misses low, and Podratz works the walk. Trots down to first base. 2 on for the Gatemen.
That was a tough pitch to lay off of. You know, it looked like it was almost right there at the knees, but the umpire thought it was a little down.
Very close pitch, and Podratz reaches at first. Schwarber is at second. 2 on for Sean McMullen, who is 0 for 3 tonight. He flew out to left field his last time up to end the 5th. Joined by Trey Killian, who made his way up here working on the 50-50 raffle. How's that going?
That was good. I think we sold the season high for tickets tonight. So.
First pitch to McMullen, a breaking ball that dips too far outside.
I'm going to have to give a shout out to my partner, Dylan Ortman. He was selling the raffle tickets with me. I think I beat him, but it was a pretty close race.
Who has the longer arm?
I definitely have the longer arm. and I definitely play basketball better than Dylan Ortman.
The 1-0 pitch. Fastball that misses away, 2-0 to McMullen.
Ortman, he's an athletic guy. As a pitcher, you have to be an athletic guy, come off the mound and make plays, but he plays basketball like an old man.
Who's the best basketball player on the team? That's over 2-1 to McMullen.
That's a tough one. Sean Newcomb is pretty good.
Big kid.
Yeah. We try not to play too much, so keep ourselves from getting hurt in the wrong sport. So that wouldn't look good.
Yeah, certainly not. 2-1 the count on Sean McMullen. Schwarber off from second, swung on and missed the throw down to third, and Schwarber is out. A nice throw from Chase Griffin nails Kyle Schwarber at third base. The Gatemen come up empty in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's 4-3 Hyannis as we roll on to the 8th when we come back on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. And thanks to Trey Killian for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jay. And I'm going to give the mic back to Dylan here.
We'll be right back.
Trey Killian for stealing my headset and doing the color commentary for the bottom of the 7th inning. We are ready for the top of the 8th. Jared Ruxer back out there. He'll face 7, 8, 9. And he'll start with Chase Griffin, Dominic Jose, and Jay Baum. As Hyannis leads 4-3 in the top of the 8th. That might have been the most fun half inning we've ever had.
Yeah, thanks to Trey for joining us.
First pitch from Ruxer is in there, called strike.
Keeping an eye on other games still going on. Falmouth up on Bourne, 16-3 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Falmouth and Hyannis tied atop the West.
0-1, that one is outside, 1-1. Yeah, I'm sure there have been a couple of home runs for, I know that Reese Hoskins hit one for Falmouth, but I'm sure they added a few more, just a guess. 1-1 to Griffin as he swings through that one. 1-2. One, two, the count. Here's the pitch from Ruxer. In the dirt, stopped on the backhand by Schwarber, the catcher. 2-2.
Wareham, a decent opportunity to get something in the bottom of the 7th inning. Infield single, just blooped in by Schwarber, actually just beyond the shortstop's reach.
2-2 as Griffin fouls it back to the screen.
And then Trevor Podratz walked. So it was first and second for Sean McMullen with 2 outs, but Schwarber caught stealing at third.
Cameron O'Brien has hit a home run for Falmouth. And Dylan Davis hit a grand slam. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch from Ruxer. That one's popped foul, and Schwarber gives chase, but it will actually drop in front of him. So we'll have to do it again. 2-2. And as I mentioned, Hoskins hit home run number 7 of the season. That was in the first. A lot of long balls over there at Arnie Allen Diamond. 2-2, that's high, 3-2. We've got one long ball here tonight, a solo shot for Brian Anderson in the 4th. Wareham once led it 3-0. It's now 4-3 Hyannis. 3-2. Breaking ball called strike 3. That's how we get things started here. First strikeout for Jared Ruxer. One down in the top of the 8th.
Ruxer was really solid when he came on in the 7th inning, got the deep fly out to right field for the 2nd out of the inning. And Brian Anderson just hit that weak infield single, which got the run home. An RBI base hit for Anderson before Ruxer finished it off by getting a pop out from Ryan Padilla to end the 7th.
Dominic Jose takes ball 1. 1-0. Center fielder from Stanford. 1-0 out. It's on the inside part of the plate. Count will even at 1-1. Jose flew out to left in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th, walked and stole a base in the 6th. 1-1. That one is into the left center field gap for a base hit. One out single for Dominic Jose. Second time he's been on tonight. Seen a lot of balls go opposite field tonight.
The shortstop, number 2, Jay Baum.
Here is Jay Baum, the shortstop from Clemson. He walked and scored in the third. He also stole a base. Grounded out to second in the fifth, flew out to right in the sixth. One and one the count on the shortstop. Check on Jose at first, nothing going on. Dominic Jose, 6 stolen bases on the season, including the one tonight. Another check, he's back.
He led the team last summer. Very athletic kid, though. He's pretty big over there.
Yeah, 6'3", 195 pounds. From Boynton Beach, Florida. He is off. High chopper to third. Willie Schwanke in the infield grass throws for out number 2.
Nice play on the short hop there by Schwanke. A smart decision by Chad Gassman to send Jose and stay out of the double play.
Baum also runs well, so whether they would have gotten the double play on that ball, also slim, because he could have beaten it out at first. But to the top of the order we go. Steve Wilkerson, he's been on twice. He's also crossed home plate once. That was in the 7th. He's 2 for 4. He's got a ground out, a fly out, a double, and a single. As Ruxer steps off. Runner at second is Jose. First pitch swing is Wilkerson, fouls it off himself. We've seen Drew Stankiewicz from Arizona State and Steve Wilkerson kind of rotate that second base position.
A couple of good options there at second for Chad Gassman. You get a guy like Wilkerson, who's had a good career at Clemson. Drew Stankiewicz plays at a high-profile school at Arizona State. He's had some good success against Wareham this summer, not in the lineup tonight.
0-1 pitch. Just outside, count leaving at 1-1. Good pitch from Ruxer. Just missed a little too far outside.
Yeah, Ruxer's been really good. This is now his 5th appearance since he ran into that trouble on the last Saturday night against Hyannis. He's a good arm out of the bullpen for Terry Thompson.
1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 2, 1-2. Jared Ruxer just 1 strike away from stranding Dominic Jose in scoring position at second base. Wareham's going to need some sort of offensive magic in the bottom of the 8th. They trail 4-1.
They'll have 5, 6, and 7 due up in the last of the 8th.
1-2. Hard grounder into center field. The base hit. Chad Gassman will send Dominic Jose. Good throw. Schwarber has it, but can't apply the tag. It's not in time. It's an RBI double for Steve Wilkerson, and he is 3 for 5.
Just a nice base knock up the middle for Wilkerson. And Jose with plenty of speed off with 2 outs. He comes around to score. And the Harbor Hawks tack on an insurance run.
And now 5-3. That'll bring up Tyler Spoon. Struck out in the first, flew out to right in the third. Single in the 5th, flew out to left in the 7th.
So how about Wilkerson? A double in the 5th, a single in the 7th, and a single here in the 8th. He's just had a good night of it. After his first 2 at-bats, he gets retired. He puts it together in 3 straight.
First pitch from Ruxer's in there, called strike. Won the count on Spoon. Here's the pitch. Back to Ruxer, off his glove, right at Gross. He can't make a play. It goes into left field. Here comes Steve Wilkerson. He will score the 6th run of the night for the Harbor Hawks.
A single there for Spoon. It's Unfortunate for Jared Ruxer because it looks like he could field that coming back out and just couldn't get it. Ethan Gross would have had it if it got past Ruxer. Instead, it just trickles under Gross's glove into the outfield.
Well, Gross made a play, tried to do it on a backhand, but just went under his glove. But here is Skylar Ewing. He's been on twice. He doubled in the, 3 times. Walked in the first, walked in the 7th, doubled in the 3rd. He also advanced to 3rd on a wild pitch. That was in the 3rd. First pitch is Ewing swings and misses at that one, 0-1. One the count on Ewing, 2 outs, 2 runs in the inning. Here's the pitch. That one is up and in, 1-1.
It's the first really big inning for the Harbor Hawks. Before it was 1 run in each of 4 different innings, and they get 2 here to just keep extending the lead.
Runner is off. Throw from Schwarber. Pirtle has it. Tags. He's safe. Tyler Spoon, that's stolen base number 7 on the season. Count will be 1-1. Pitch was outside. 2-1. Count on Ewing. Austin Slater, an all-star, waits on deck. There's an all-star at the plate. Ruxer waiting a long time as he steps off. One checks his swing, doesn't offer. 3-1. He'll check it first. First base umpire Harry Greer says he didn't go. 3-1 on Ewing. I think Schwarber wants to put him on. And that is what they will do.
I like the decision there to avoid any more damage just coming straight from Ewing. I think, at least based on this game as well, if I were Jared Ruxer, I would rather face Austin Slater.
Yeah, and I mean, if you get a ground out, or if you get Slater to put the ball on the ground, whether it's at 3rd, short, 2nd, or 1st, then I mean, you have a force at any base right now, except for home plate, is Terry Thompson will make his way out to the mound. Pitch black here at Spillane Field. As far as I know, Trey Killian is returned to the bullpen.
You and Dylan Orman were working hard on that 50-50 raffle. Some other Cape League scores for you. We mentioned Katuitt beat Chatham 5-1. YD over Brewster 8-1. And then in Game 1, Orleans defeated Harwich 3-2. They're now tied at 0 in the bottom of the 2nd. The Falmouth-Bourne game, which the Commodores lead 16-3, is in the bottom of the 8th. Wareham will see Bourne in each of the last 2 games of the regular season.
Home and home starts tomorrow here at Spillane Field, 4 o'clock. Reminder, you can join us for Gateway to the game at 3:45. That's the earliest start time we've ever had. No, I'm sorry. And Slater hits a hard grounder to 3rd. Willie Schwanke will step on the bag and get the force for out number 3. 2 runs in the top of the 8th for the Harbor Hawks. They lead at 6-3 as yet for the bottom of the 8th on WCTV and the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Sean McMullen leads off the bottom of the 8th against Bryant Holtman. First pitch from the lefty to McMullen is swung on and into the right center field gap. That'll get down. But there to cut it off and bobble it is the center fielder Dominic Jose. McMullen takes advantage of that and slides into second base.
That'll be an error on the center fielder Jose. So McMullen moves up. That's a great way to start it if you're Cooper Ferris trying to start a late comeback bid. Your 5-hitter Sean McMullen, he was at the plate in the 7th inning when Kyle Schwarber was caught stealing, comes back to bat in the 8th. Gets a second chance, takes the first pitch out to the gap.
Yeah, second error of the season for Dominic Jose. That's the first time McMullen's aboard. Here's Willie Schwanke. He has not been on. McMullen on second in scoring position. Home plate umpire Jeffrey Mertzel calls time. Called strike to Schwanke. 0-1. Schwanke from Arkansas. Teammate of Tyler Spoon. 0-1. Outside part of the plate, strike 2.
That's just a terrific location by Holtman on 2 consecutive pitches to drill that fastball on the low outside corner. So tough to hit when it's a lefty-lefty matchup.
Also a teammate of Brian Anderson. Anderson's had a good night. 0-2 to Schwanke. Breaking ball, called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate.
That's just nasty. That is such a good pitch there. Nothing really Schwanke could do. I know we didn't like the call, but that's just a great spot from Holtman.
First strikeout for Brian Holtman. 1 away. That'll bring up Matt Walsh. As that will be it for Brian Holtman. We'll have a new pitcher on for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks when we return on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network and WCTV. It is number 36, Eric Eck, right-hander from Wofford College, 2-1 with a 3.57 earned run average, 15 appearances, 9 saves. He's primarily the team's closer. He'll be on for a 5-out save. 17 2/3 innings pitched, 13 hits, 7 earned runs, 7 walks, 19 strikeouts. Again, the new pitcher, Eric Eck from Wofford College. His first pitch to Matt Walsh is in there for a called strike 1.
Eck, an all-star for Hyannis, but was roughed up in his last outing. It came on Tuesday against Harwich. Didn't record an out in the 5 batters he faced. Gave up 4 runs, 3 were earned. Gave up 3 hits.
0-1. Walsh fouls it back. 0-2.
Eck's first 2 appearances of the summer were on June 17th and 20th, respectively, against Wareham. And combining those 2 outings, 3 1/3, 1 run, 3 walks, 2 hits. Pretty good stuff from the lanky right-hander. Throws a lot of sliders. Doesn't run it up there too hard with his fastball, but he's a solid pitcher.
0-2. That one's in the dirt. Stopped by the catcher Griffin. 1-2. Eck calls Buford, Georgia home. 6'4", 185 pounds. So we've seen some height tonight. Peter Fairbanks, 6'6". Holtman is 6'5". 1-2 to Walsh. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout for Eric Eck, and there's 2 away.
And you mentioned this when he was coming into the ball game. He might be called on here to get a 5-out save. Comes in with 9 saves on the summer, second most in the league.
That'll bring up Adam Toth. Reached on a 6'4" fielder's choice in the 6th. Grounded out to second in the 4th and singled and scored in the 2nd. As a runner in scoring position, McMullen. First pitch is a ball low. McMullen singled in the 8th, but then reached second when the play was bobbled out in center field by Dominic Jose. 1-0 the count on Toth. Here's the pitch. Called strike, 1-1. Ethan Gross waits on deck. Wareham in those Military Friday red jerseys. 1-1. Toth into the right center field gap. That'll get down. Here comes McMullen. He will score easily. It goes all the way to the wall. And with a 2-out RBI double, it is Adam Toth.
Nice piece of hitting there by Toth. Yanks that into the right center field gap. A hard hit ball. And with 2 outs, McMullen going to score easily on that as Wareham inches its way back in the ball game.
Now 6-4. Hyannis leading, and here is Ethan Gross. Gross, the shortstop from Memphis. He singled in the second, popped out to second in the fourth, and grounded out to second in the sixth. He's really done everything. His single was up the middle. Then he's hit the ball the other 2 times to the right side of the infield, one the pop up, the other the ground out.
Talk about another guy who's done everything. Adam Toth, between his fielding, now 2 more hits. He's 6 for his last 11.
Check swing, it's a called strike, 0-1. Definitely someone who's worthy maybe of player of the game. Remember, you can nominate a player of the game. Send us an email, gatemanbroadcasting@gmail.com. 0-1 to Gross, swing and a miss, 0-2. And Eric Eck is just 1 strike from getting out of this jam. A run already in, 6-4 Hyannis. Runner at second is Adam Toth. You can also tweet at us, a player of the game, at Wareham Gatemen. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout for Eric Eck, but a run in the inning on the RBI double by Adam Toth. 6-4 Hyannis as we head for the 9th on WCTV and the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the 9th, here we go. Jared Ruxer back out there. He will face Brian Anderson, Ryan Padilla, and Chase Griffin. Wareham got 1 in the bottom of the 8th on an RBI double by Adam Toth. First pitch from Ruxer is up and in, 1-0.
If Ruxer can keep this a 2-run game, the Wareham Bats might be able to get something going with the top of the lineup in the bottom of the 9th.
1-0 is high, 2-0. Yeah, they'll have to do it against Eric Eck. Eck, definitely one of the better closers in this league from Wofford. He was an all-star. So that tells you something right there. 2-0 from Ruxer. Foul back, 2-1. McMullen is closer toward the right center field gap. Now he takes a few steps back toward the right field foul line. 2-1. Fouled off to the right, 2-2.
Falmouth has extended its lead to 18-3 over Bourne in the top of the 9th inning. Just that offense is so powerful. We saw it here in Game 2 of the doubleheader in that last inning. It can explode at any time.
Falmouth and Chatham, definitely my 2 favorites to win this right now. 2-2. Called strike 3. Down goes Brian Anderson. It's a second strikeout for Jared Ruxer. 1 out here in the top of the 9th.
It's a nice pitch there to tie up Anderson, get him to go down looking. Really just froze him with that pitch.
I'll bring up Ryan Padilla. First pitch in the dirt, backhanded stop by Schwarber. Count will be 1-0. Padilla grounded out to short in the second, struck out in the fourth, reached on what was a swinging bunt. It was a single in the sixth, and he popped out to first in the seventh as he lifts one foul behind us. In the bottom of the 9th, it'll be 1, 2, and 3. Cole Sturgeon, Brett Pirtle, and Kyle Schwarber. Wareham trailing 6-4. High chopper to short, charging is Gross, takes it midair, throws in time for out number 2. Nice play over there by Ethan Gross.
Yeah, that's just what he does best. Is he handles the routine stuff. You never have to worry about those types of plays, and then he always seems to make a spectacular play a game as well.
Here's Chase Griffin. Struck out in the 8th. RBI ground out in the 6th. Fly out to center in the 4th, and he singled in the 2nd. He swings for strike 1.
He just takes huge cuts at the plate, a big leg kick, and then he's swinging for the fences.
Trying to give his team a little insurance run. 0-1. That one is low and away, 1-1. See the Red Sox working on a comeback against Arizona. 1-1. Low and away ball just gets away from Schwarber a little bit. 2-1. Ball inside, 3-1. Dominic Jose waits on. We head for the bottom of the ninth on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network and WCTV. Eric Eck in the bottom of the ninth. Last chance for Wareham to tie the season series against the Harbor Hawks. It'll be Cole Sturgeon, Brett Pirtle, and Kyle Schwarber. 6-4 Hyannis. First pitch from Eck is way outside for ball one.
Yeah, it'll be a tough comeback against Eck, but he struggled a little bit since the All-Star break, and with the top of the lineup coming up, this could be the night for some late inning magic.
1-0 is a slider in there for strike one, 1-1. Cole Sturgeon has been on once. He singled to right and scored. That was back in the first inning. Scored on an RBI single by Trevor Podratz. 1-1. That one's low, ball two, 2-1. One to Sturgeon. Another slider in there for strike two, 2-2. Two to Sturgeon. That one's lifted in foul territory, but making the catch for out number one is the third baseman Austin Slater. He made him go. You saw him go into foul territory there. Make the catch, and there's one down.
That's a tough catch because he doesn't know exactly where he is. It's a tough play right along the fencing over there, but Slater puts it away. And one out away toward a big win for Hyannis. Harbor Hawks still with a chance to finish as the number one seed in the Western Division.
Still hard to believe we're talking about the playoffs. First pitch to Brett Pirtle is a called strike.
One more reminder, you can let us know who you think the player of the game should be. Email us gatemenbroadcasting@gmail.com or tweet at us at Wareham Gatemen.
1-1 the count on Brett Pirtle. Pitch, that one is in the dirt and gets away from the catcher Griffin. 1-1. Kyle Schwarber waits on deck.
Terrific start tonight from Peter Fairbanks for Hyannis. Really put them in good shape to win this.
1-1 to the left side of the infield. Throw in the tag, and Pirtle will reach. It was a hard grounder to the shortstop, Jay Baum. His throw was off target. Skylar Ewing had to make the tag behind his back, was unable to make the tag. So Pirtle will reach.
Would have been a tough play to make for the shortstop Baum. Pirtle runs well, so legged it out and got aboard. Tying run coming to the plate.
Third time that Pirtle's been on. Last time, I think the last time Pirtle reached, late in the game, Kyle Schwarber then hit a home run. That was at YD. First pitch to Schwarber is in the dirt. Pirtle's off the bag. The throw and the tag, he's out. Chase Griffin, the catcher, saw him too far off that first base bag. Quickly threw down, and then Skylar Ewing, the first baseman, applied the tag for out number two.
Just a spectacular throw there from Griffin. He came up thinking throw all the way, and Ewing just slaps the tag down, swipes it right on Pirtle.
1-0 to Schwarber. Popped up in left center field. Brian Anderson is under and makes the catch, and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks come into Spillane Field and defeat the Gatemen 6-4. They win the season series 4-2. Close, but no cigar.
Well, Hyannis now gets its 50th point of the summer. Very important because it looks like Falmouth is going to win tonight. So those two teams will still be tied atop the West. But Hyannis, I mean, what can you say? It was just a great bid, great comeback effort by them. Wareham gets the first 3 runs, and then Hyannis scores 6 to take that 6-2 lead. Wareham got one in the bottom of the 8th, but just couldn't come back.
Yeah, it was just a tough one, but reminder to you, stick with us for the Wareham Rap postgame show, which we'll have for you in just a moment. Once again, the final score from Spillane Field: the Hyannis Harborhawks defeat the Wareham Gatemen 6-4.
Back at Spillane Field, time for the Wareham Rap post-game show. I'm Mike Monaco, joined by Austin Pollock. Austin, 6-4, the Gatemen go down to Hyannis, and it's been like this in every game, all 6 matchups between Hyannis and Wareham. It feels like either team could come out victorious. Coming into tonight, Wareham actually had a 25-24, the slightest edge in runs scored in the 5-game series tonight. The Harborhawks were 2 runs better and got the win.
Well, I mean, I've been thinking about this kind of all night. You look at the other 9 teams. You can look at Brewster. They tied the season series against Brewster, but Brewster's another team that's, I think, has actually been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. So Brewster's out. Hyannis could finish as the top team in the Western Division, and then you can just talk about how good of a team they really are. Wareham's played them better than they played any other team this season. You got to give them the credit right there.
Yeah, they almost pulled it out against Hyannis. We'll take you through briefly the scoring tonight. Wareham scored in the bottom of the first inning on an RBI single to right field by Trevor Podratz that scored Cole Sturgeon. Wareham then got 2 more in the last of the second inning on a 2-run single to right off the bat of Brett Pirtle that scored Matt Walsh and Adam Toth. The Gatemen were off and running with a 3-0 lead after 2 innings, but then Hyannis began to make a comeback. Scored once in the top of the third, once more in the top of the fourth on a solo home run by Brian Anderson. The Harborhawks added another run to tie the ball game in the top of the 6th inning. When Brian Anderson then scored, he led off by singling there. So at that point, tie ball game. The Harborhawks then scoring again in the top of the 7th inning on that RBI infield single by Brian Anderson. That came with 2 outs. That was a big play in the ball game. And then the Harborhawks added 2 in the top of the 8th to start to pull away from the Gatemen. Austin, it felt like this was really close throughout and could go either way. What do you think was the turning point?
It really was. I mean, when you talk, first off, when you say how it was close and it could have gone either way, you're absolutely right. I think it was, to me, I think it was that, I think it was that 7th inning when you talk about Steve Wilkerson scoring. It just seems like that everything kind of got away from there.
And it did. Wareham did score once in the bottom of the 8th inning. Adam Toth ripped an RBI double to right center field. That scored Sean McMullen, who singled to lead off the 8th, but the Gatemen just couldn't get it done against Eric Eck, the Hyannis closer, who just picked up his 10th save of the summer, which ties the league lead. And the Harborhawks just continue to roll. Where do you see them in the thick of things in the playoff race? They could be one of the top seeds, but do you see them as a championship team?
No. I do not see them as a championship team. When you're looking, I just said this maybe about, I'd say a half hour, 45 minutes ago. I said I think my 2 teams in this league, in the West, I think it's Falmouth just because of all the talent they have offensively. And then in the East, I think it's Chatham. But we're talking about the West right now. I mean, Hyannis, when you look offensively, I mean, they really aren't that strong. They're tied for last with Wareham for the worst batting average in the league at 238. They've got the 3rd fewest doubles with 51, second to last in RBI, 2nd fewest walks. I mean, they really just it's a struggle for them. It's kind of a struggle all around, especially for their bats.
So as we continue on, Austin, here on the Wareham Rap postgame show, what did you think of Fred Shepard's outing? We said, there are a lot of different types of Fred Shepard on the hill. 6 1/3 tonight, 8 hits, 4 walks, and 4 runs. Which one did you see?
Kind of in the middle. I mean, he wasn't bad. He wasn't especially great like he was maybe in those first few starts against Katuitt, but he wasn't bad. I mean, he still gave his team a good chance to win. It's just, again, the bats are quiet and can't do much with it.
Well, the Gatemen go down tonight, 6-4. Mike Monaco and Austin Pollock alongside with you for the Wareham Rap post-game show. The Gatemen with 2 more games this summer, both coming against the Bourne Braves. Tomorrow at home at Spillane Field, 4 o'clock start, and then Sunday at Doran Park. We will step aside momentarily and be right back with Coop Scoop. Manager Cooper Ferris joins us right now for the Wareham Wrap post-game show with Coop Scoop. Coach, you just came up and you said about running the bases. What did you see out there on the base paths in a 2-run game?
You know, we're down. We're down 3, I think, and we're trying. I'm just baffled. I don't know what we're doing. I think in my mind, what's happening is these guys are trying to make too much, trying to make stuff happen, and you know, we don't need to do that. We just need to let the game play.
You saw Kyle Schwarber thrown out at third. Brett Pirtle picked off a first late in the game. Did you feel that the team was about to mount a comeback?
Well, I mean, you saw what we had. We had first and second when Kyle got it. Sean's up. I told the umpire the next inning when Sean was up, I said, watch, he's going to get a base hit, and he smacks one in the gap out there. So there you have it. It always happens that way. I don't know what we're doing. I mean, I was just helping Kyle get his lead. They weren't holding him at second, you know, and he said he saw a slider and took off. You know, he thought he could get it. So, you know, that's there. But, you know, Brett, we're down, 2 with Schwarber at the plate. I don't know. They're just trying to make things happen. I know what they're doing. They're just trying to do stuff. We've been beat down so bad all summer. They're just trying to, they're playing hard, and I'm not gonna fuss at them playing hard. I'm just going to try to teach them, what to do and when to do it.
Talk about the job done by Fred Shepard. I thought Mike asked me during the other part of the postgame show, he said, was this the dominant Fred Shepard or was this kind of the not-so-dominant? I said it was kind of in the middle. Yeah,
Fred looked good the first inning or two, and then after that he just kind of looked like he was just trying to throw it across the plate. Anytime teams are hitting the balls off the wall on you with 2 strikes, it's not real. You don't have real good stuff, so – they got probably 3 or 4 2-strike hits that were, big for them.
Adam Toth continues to make great plays in left field. What have you seen from him, and what makes him so special out there?
Well, Adam stays ready. That's half the play, half the, battle on defense is that you're ready. Every ball is going to be hit to me, and I'm anticipating it. And Adam does a great job of that. He's been swinging the bat well for us here down the stretch. I'm just proud for him. He's worked his rear end off this summer. He's here every day, working on the field, doing what he needs to do and getting his early outs in. And he's found a swing, and he's really in a special place right now, both offensively and defensively.
What are you looking for tomorrow against Bourne? I mean, I know we're talking with 2 games left in the season. The team's out of the playoffs, but I mean, you always say they keep grinding. I mean, what do they have to do tomorrow?
I just hope they'll come to play again. They've been beat down so much this summer. It's amazing to me how they come out ready to go every game. And I'm real proud of them. We've talked to them about that. I told you this yesterday. I think that. You make the choice whether you're going to play hard or not. The other team doesn't make it for you, and your choices are always going to be yours, and make good choices and make good decisions. And that's anytime you start pressing like we're doing, a little bit. Yesterday I thought we came out today really, really well. Out of the gate, swinging the bat. I think we had 7 hits in the first 2 innings. And we had a big 2-out hit by Pirtle, I think it was, and I said, we're in a pretty good place right now at the plate, and then their guy, I guess, made an adjustment, or either we got too big and too antsy, and we didn't stay where we were, and got, let's go ahead and try to bury this thing, but I thought we swung ourselves out of some at bats.
19 hits yesterday, 12 more today. Does it feel to you like all that hard work has paid off with the offense?
Oh, I think so. I think we've had 12 or more hits, several times in the last week and a half. And, I think the guys are understanding what they're doing now a little bit, and I was excited for Cole, his first at-bat, because he had a, horrendous day yesterday and went over in the cage and did some work right after BP and, figured some things out. And he comes up with a big hit in the first inning. And if he goes, we go, a little bit. And then I thought he diverted from that a little bit down his last couple of at-bats. I thought he started doing his little drifting thing again instead of just staying within himself and taking what they give you.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach.
All right, guys.
Cooper Ferris joining us for Coop Scoop on the Wareham Rap Postgame Show. And we will step aside and be right back, hoping to bring you our Player of the Game interview. Tonight's Player of the Game, Adam Toth, joins us here on the Wareham Rap Postgame Show. Adam, a couple of hits, a couple of great plays in the field. What do you take away from tonight?
It was just a good game. I mean, we all played hard and it just didn't work out in the end. But, we're playing hard and towards the end, which is good. Keep fighting and hopefully get a couple more wins.
There's something about Hyannis. When you're in the field, it seems like every time you're playing Hyannis, you're making some sort of great catch out there.
I don't know. I just got to thank him for hitting the ball to me and giving me a chance to make one.
You had a terrific diving catch in the second inning and then a nice running catch where you jumped again in the seventh inning. Which one did you think was better?
I like the second one better just because it was going to the fence and stuff, but they were both pretty cool.
And we've asked you about this before, how much your speed helps, but is there another area of your defense where you think you've really improved? Cooper Ferris was talking about how you're always well prepared out there in the field. Where do you think you've improved the most as a fielder?
I think my positioning in the outfield with the count and stuff, and me and Coach Polk have talked about that a little bit, and just taking good routes to the balls and not drifting going back.
We've seen you just continue to hit doubles this week. It seems like every at-bat you're putting a good piece of wood on the ball. Where do you think your offense has developed the whole summer?
Just hitting the pitches that I hit and staying within myself and not trying to do too much. And me and Coop have worked on that a lot, and it's paying off.
Back to the hitting. It seemed like this is the talent you have, but at the beginning of the season, and maybe even the middle of the season, you were just kind of lost. Were you still trying to get used to the wooden bats?
Probably not so much that. I was just trying to work on things, I think, and just trying to figure it out, and it's starting to click finally.
Being healthy again and playing so well right now, is it going to really help you going into your season at school back at Baylor, do you think, coming off this nice finish to the summer?
Yeah, I definitely think so. Being up here has been a great experience for me, and I've learned a lot being up here. I'm just going to take what I learned up here back to school.
All right, thanks a lot, Adam. Our player of the game, Adam Toth, joining us here on the Wareham Rap Postgame Show. As we will close up shop here, Austin, your takeaways from talking to Cooper and Adam?
I think Adam's just such a good guy. He really loves the game. He goes out there every night and gives it his all, and that's what matters the most. You go out there, you try to get wins, and when you're playing in a summer league, I think something that we learned at the beginning of the season was you just kind of go out there and just try to get better every day. Yes, you want to win at the same time. It's not fun losing, but you're out there to get better, and that's I think what these guys have done all season. Wins and losses maybe don't matter as much. I think they matter more. I think when you're at school and you're playing for the big show, the College World Series, you're playing for national TV. That whole thing. I think they're just looking to get better, and that's what they've done. So good job to them.
Well, they certainly have gotten a whole lot better this summer. Just 2 games left on the season. Wareham at home tomorrow, a 4 o'clock start. That's been moved up, so be sure to keep it right here. 3:45, the pregame show gets underway when Wareham takes on Bourne, and then they head over to Doran Park on Sunday for the regular season finale. That's scheduled for a 6 o'clock start, so be sure to tune in on Sunday evening for that as well. As we close it up and the season winds down, thanks for joining us here tonight. Once again, the final score, Hyannis 6 runs on 13 hits and Wareham 4 runs on 12 hits. For Austin, Hillary, Warren, the rest of our crew here at WCTV, I'm Mike saying so long. Thanks for joining us.